So my notification ain't gonna hold up, man. I was about to say, man, come on, man, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't do that weak ass shit, nigga. Don't try that. Yeah, there we go. Hey, let's do it like this, man. Let's do it like this, right? Hey, to these Sin G fucking online terrorists in my comment section, right? See, the thing is with the black women is that they look to get their feelings hurt. They don't believe that they can go through life without having their feelings hurt, man. It's kind of like this, right? The last time I've been into a wreck or any type of fender bender was back when I was 16 years old, right? I haven't been in no type of collision since I was 16. And you know what? I could go the rest of my life without ever getting into a wreck. I don't need to go get into a wreck to feel relevant in life. You understand me? The same thing when it come down to me going to jail. I haven't been to jail in a long time. Like well over like 7 years. I don't ever have to go to jail ever again in my life, right? So by me saying this shit, I'm saying that these black women, they don't have that mindset of, I don't have to get my feelings hurt by somebody else in my life. I'm gonna validate myself, right? I don't need approval from nobody else. Fuck what anybody else have to say and what other people are doing. If it's not me or if it's not mine, I'm good with the shit. What's up, Locust Queen? What's up, cousin Tay Tay? What's up? Catch the replay if you can. My thing is this, man. No one is supposed to validate your dumb motherfucking ass. You're supposed to validate yourself. What's up, Armanard? What's up? You're doing yourself a disservice as a woman if you think that, you know, hold on, let me get to my other page, man. If you believe that somebody on this in this world owe you, you know, a peace of mind and shit before you get that shit to yourself, man. That's what I'm confused about. When it comes down to these people on the YouTube, it's like, yeah, y'all following a Cynthia G, which is cool. You do your thing, right? But yet you totally misconstruing what she's saying. You hiding, you putting your anger, your vitriol behind her message. And the thing is, when it comes down to Cynthia G, she gonna stay fucking a black dude, man. A Dusty. She can't resist no Dusty dick. So it really don't even matter what the fuck she say when it come down to who black men are choosing, how black men can be whitewashed. But goddamn, what about these so-called black women who are whitewashed too? If you want to play that game, you have to speak on both sides. You cannot speak on one and exclude the other, like as if the other one don't do the same thing and even go even deeper into the shit. Like when it come down to the black woman being whitewashed, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is she? What's up, D Lindo? What's up, Slayer Jim? What's up? Hey, bro, listen to your boy. If you talking about some goddamn somebody being whitewashed, what the fuck is the average black woman in America? Let me see something real fast, man. Let me read this goddamn comment, man, because it's like, man, come on, it should be time out for black women just want to see and hear people preach them happy, like as if they don't have no other substance in life other than lay on their fucking back and get the shit fucked out of them, man. Bro, if you want to say that black men are whitewashed, you have to say black women are whitewashed too. If you're going to make these points to where both sides can see how we both look, man. We both can look and be like, well, damn, look at these women, man. Look at these men. We both can look at this shit and acknowledge the shit. Yeah, you need to do that, man. Sometimes you need to step out of yourself. And when you step out of yourself, you can see something in yourself, right? Like when you step out of yourself, you can look at yourself and say, damn, bro, you looking like a damn fool out here. And at the same time, you look at somebody else on the other side and say, well, damn, you like a damn fool too. So we both look like some damn fools running around here, man. We both chasing this European standard. Following this European standard. Like we put this shit in our everyday life. And the point I was making in the actual video that I did, right? The point I was making was this. If you want to speak on the black men who are very much wealthy and who they choose, right? Because that's who should matter at this point. The average Joe Blow guy who just go to work, don't nobody know him. He's not striving to be famous. He's not striving to be impactful in society. He just want to make sure he can feed his family, right? Why does it matter who he choose? If you now want to talk about this, you know, the men with the money, the men who got the bread, the men who can really make the difference, right? The guys who are family oriented, the guys who the women like. That's what I thought this shit was about, right? You complaining about the certain man because he's a man that you would talk to and you probably got your feelings hurt, or you probably looked at him and got turned off because you saw that he was fucking with this white woman, right? All right, then. Well, the men who I name in that video are the men that a lot of women would talk to. Ice Cube. Women consider Ice Cube to be handsome. Women consider Samuel L. Jackson to be handsome. They damn sure consider Denzel Washington to be handsome. LL Cool J and LeBron James. They consider these men to be handsome. Even Dwayne Wade. Ja Rule. I'm naming these men that women would actually talk to. See, that's the only way I can understand you getting your feelings hurt, though, man. Because you would have gave this person a shot, though, but yet this motherfucker, disappointing you. Like, God damn, nigga, you like them white bitches like that for real? So I don't want to hear shit about no Scottie Pippen, man. None of you women will fuck with no Scottie Pippen. A lot of those black dudes who really go for white women and try to brag about being with white women, those aren't really the men that you goddamn women don't even fuck with like that, man. You know that's true. What's up, JV? What's up? Yeah, it's whitewash, period. And I agree with that, man. And like I said, I've never really been big on going at Cynthia G because I always had a respect for it. And stay out her way. She going about her way, right? She do her thing. She got the right to say what she got to say. But I'm really speaking to her fucking minions, dog. Her, her army, her terrorist on YouTube. Yeah, I dropped the link later on, man. What's up? Why does it matter to the average black woman about why does it matter who certain black men will fuck with, especially the black men you wouldn't even fuck with? What point are you making as a woman trying to make sure that all men bow down to you, even the ones that you don't even like that? What is the point of even fucking with them niggas? Or like them niggas who you consider to be lame, corny, boring, dull, right? Awkward. Why do you care about who these niggas fuck with? Like, why do these niggas here hurt your goddamn feelings, man, that bad? Why? Somebody make this shit make some goddamn sense to you, boy, man. You think I give a fuck about the women who I don't like and the women who I would never talk to, who they choose to be with? Do you think I actually give a fuck about that? Well, why can't Cynthia G come on out and say the same thing? Like, you know what? These guys who I talk about, these guys who I do reports and I speak and do videos about, these are the guys I would give pussy to, right? These are the guys I would fuck, man. I would. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the fact that a nigga who I look at in that way is choosing to be with a white bitch, right? See, that would make good sense, but why in the fuck Cynthia G would never say no shit like that? This shit got to make sense to me, man. You can't be greedy like that. And you think I'm gonna be cool with that? You being greedy, you being selfish. Like I said, you just want all the men, right? You want to be able to pick and choose from every goddamn man, even the ones you don't like, right? Just in case if the niggas you go after don't want to fuck with you, you at least have these niggas that you don't like and you would never gave a shot to, they still be on standby. Nigga, you got the game fucked up if you think that's how it's supposed to go down. You got the game all fucked up if you think that's how life is goddamn is fucking, that's how life goes. If you believe that you trying to make sure you have every nigga on deck, every nigga in pocket, the good ones, the bad ones, the ones who turn you on, the ones who turn you off. If you think that that's how you gonna set this shit up, and if you feel like a nigga who you wouldn't talk to is getting away from you, getting out of your stable, getting out of your sights, and he's gonna find love somewhere else, right? And you having, the audacity and you being appalled by the shit. You have the audacity to get mad at a nigga like that. You appalled by this nigga. Like, who the fuck this nigga think he is? Who told him to get a white bitch? That's all I'm getting from the shit. Nah, that nigga's supposed to stay here because if I don't want him and the majority of black women don't want him, see, we the standard, right? That's what these black women are saying, right? We the standard. They the standard. If they didn't want him, well, there's no way in life. There's no way possible that another racial woman, especially a woman who's ranked quote unquote higher in this society than the black woman, there's no way in life she'll fuck with this nigga. Ain't no way in life. And then when the nigga do, right, the dude who she didn't want, get away from her and go fuck with a woman who's ranked higher than her, the majority of these black women don't understand, like, how is that possible? The majority of these black women don't want to understand that they are really just for low-level niggas, though, man. And right, niggas really get up, come up, get on their feet with the average black woman, and they move on to a better quality black woman or another race of woman, right? That's just the name of the game. Yeah, it's about control. It's about control. But my thing is this, though. You can't even control certain parts of your fucking life. How in the fuck you gonna try to control another goddamn grown-ass man? Huh, you stupid whack-ass bitch. You can't even control your motherfucking finances. You can't control your goddamn kids. You couldn't control the niggas you were laying up with. You can't even pay your goddamn bills. How in the fuck do you think you're going to control another fully grown ass man about who he decides to go and lay dick to, since you wasn't trying to get a nigga no pussy? And you guys are really going around YouTube and going around life with this attitude that you own black men. What's up, brother Darren? How you doing, man? Cynthia G, nigga, look, nigga, if I was around Cynthia G, nigga, she'll let me fuck, nigga. All right? Let me show you how this shit goes. She'll let a lot of you goddamn niggas fuck. What does that say, man? That she talk about this dusty beta male coon? Fine. But can she resist that dusty beta male coon dick, though? Can she do that? No. That's the reason why she got to fucking talk about this shit so much. And you motherfucking women, you idiots, don't understand how you being played. She may not like the behavior and the characteristics of a fuck nigga, of a dusty beta male coon, or whatever the fuck, right? but she love that dick though, and that's the most important thing to women. Like, you know, it doesn't matter how swole you are, how tough you want to be, how big your muscles are, nigga, how much money you making. At the end of the day, bro, it's gonna really be about the size of your dick, man, and how you work your shit, dog. Respectfully, nigga. As a man, that's when it comes down to these women, that's all it come down to, man. And it's the reason why a lot of homosexuals, they can actually, these so-called dusty homosexuals, they can get to the point. And it's the reason why you see these niggas with some of the baddest chicks. Because they understand that all the other shit don't even matter if your dick game ain't on point. If you can't fuck a chick like a dusty beta male nigga would, right? Like a dusty dick nigga would, like an ain't shit, reckless, don't give a fuck about life ass nigga would, right? All right? If you can't do that, all the other shit you got going on for yourself don't even matter. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Don't come in with that Slayer Jim, with that. That's important. That's what's important to some women. No, all you women. I'm gonna say in this situation, all you women. The only reason a lot of you women talk this sex not important is because it's a nigga you fucking gave pussy to. He's not all that. How about you get you a guy who really know how to fuck, man? And let's see what you say the same thing. See what you're talking about right now, Slayer Jim. It's like a broke nigga trying to downplay money until he finally gets some, right? So he talking bad about any of these brothers who are able to buy some of the nicest cars, some of the nicest clothes, can buy them a house, right? See, right now, if he don't have the money, he ain't got to necessarily entertain that shit. Because, nigga, that's not even your lane. You're not even in that category yet. You just an everyday working guy, right, who live in an apartment, okay? Well, you talking about buying $1 million house, nigga, don't even worry about that shit. Don't worry about no Lamborghini or none of that, nigga. No McLaren, no Bugatti. Nigga, don't worry about that shit, bro. You can't buy no $200,000 ass car. Don't worry about it. But what if that nigga get $1 million though? What if he get $5 million? Would he still say the same thing? Would he still say, hey man, money is not really that important? Man, fuck all that material shit. You know, it's all about just having love in my heart for people and loving my woman. Nigga, you gonna be trying to ball out of control. It's not supposed to pay the bills though. Listen. It's not supposed to pay the bills. It's supposed to calm you the fuck down. It's supposed to satisfy you on some animalistic type shit, just being natural, on some nature shit. It's not supposed to pay the bills. No, you're not supposed, unless you are a porn star or you a sex worker, cool. But when it comes down to just simply you a regular, ordinary woman, think about this shit, ladies. Like a lot of you women be wanting to look like some of the celebrities, right? Y'all want to look like, be cute, be jazzy, be dolled up. Y'all really want to have that, sense of importance, right? Makeup on your face and shit. You wearing the nice heels and shoes and shit. Okay, but you ordinary compared to these celebrities you see on TV, but you still want to be like that, right? Well, the same thing apply when it comes to sex. Okay, sex don't pay your bills, but you hear about these other women who get some good dick every now and then, right? You want to be a woman who can say, well, damn, this nigga laid it on me. He really stroked the shit out of me. This nigga, he'll have some good dick. You want to be able to say you've had some good dick in your life too. And when you're able to get it, all that what you're talking about, the good dick don't pay the bills. Hey, you're going to make an excuse, an exception for why you keep this nigga around. You best believe when you get it, if a nigga fuck the shit at you, like I said, he's trying to get you pregnant, he banging the shit at you and putting that thrust and putting that stroke in you and that back into it, like he's scooting up his goddamn chair to the table and shit, you best believe your mindset would change and you'll know, all right, this ain't got nothing to do with me paying no bills or him paying no bill. It's about me being satisfied. This nigga satisfying the shit out of me, man. Yes. Oh, yeah. Spooker nanny. Now, I understand, though. I agree with you. You do. A lot. You're supposed to grow out that shit when you realize that real life is really real. All right. You're supposed to grow out that shit, but a lot of folks don't grow out of it. You growing out of it doesn't mean that you're going to resist the next nigga who can lay some good dick to you. If you understand that, like this woman told me a long time ago, like one of my homegirls and shit, long time ago when I was in school, told me that they don't come around good dick every now and then. So when they get it, it's kind of hard to let it go. Okay, so when you get the next nigga who can really lay pipe to you, I mean, are you still going to be saying the same thing you're saying right now about you outgrew the shit? We done moved past that shit. I'm grown because real life to hit. Well, all right. Well, how many times do you get a nigga to come in your life that can really lay it on you? You know, I mean, you might can count maybe 3 or 4 niggas you done been with in your whole time, in your whole sex career, that who really just, you know, is memorable to where you might want to hit their ass up now. They might be married and all that old shit, but you don't even give a fuck about it. You will still let the nigga fuck because you remember what he did to you and what he did for you 5, 10 years ago. All right? And what I'm saying, the same thing apply with this Cynthia G though. She's not gonna be truthful and say, look, I hate the way a lot of these black men act, how they act weak, how they don't want to build, how they don't want to come together, how these guys don't want to you know, we talking about the ones who turn the women on the most, the ones that the women want to get at, dog. Like, we ain't talking about just the ordinary black dude. We ain't talking about the Sherman Klumps of the world, the Steve Urkels of the world. We ain't talking about these guys, these nerdy guys, these awkward, these socially awkward, these fucking weirdos. Nigga, we ain't talking about them. We talking about those bed bucks, nigga. Fuck it. Them breeders, nigga. Them niggas who got the physiques. Them niggas who got the look. Yeah, we talking about them niggas. God damn. Why won't them niggas get their shit right? Right? That's the question that a lot of women might want to ask. Why these niggas who every woman want, why won't he just get his shit right? Like, why you can't find 1 or 2 guys who all the women want, who these niggas got all the swag, the charisma, they got the money, they got everything, but yet they know how to be family oriented, right? Why can't we just find a guy like that? See, that's the perfect guy for the majority of women. The guy got the handsome face, nice physique, nice size dick, right? No homo. And he's making well over $100,000 a year. And he's living the lifestyle of a bachelor like a man should, right? Take care of his children, the great father and all that, right? Like, why he can't get his shit right when it comes down to women? Why he got to mistreat women? Why he got to abuse women? Why he got to be emotionally unavailable to women? Why he just won't let a woman stick their claws in that nigga ass and fucking just stick their teeth in that nigga ass and he sit his ass down? Why won't he allow for that shit to work on him? That's the part that confuses a lot of y'all, right? Well, I can ask the same question when it comes down to this so-called, the baddest chick, right? The chick who look good. Why can't she get her shit right? Why can't she get her act right when it comes down to men? Because they understand that they are in demand. There's no need for them to just beefing on one person and wasting on one person who may not do right. It is considered to be a privilege for, you know, for somebody to fuck with them. That's how they feel. Well, why can't Cynthia G just admit that? Why can't she just admit that, hey, man, it's just, you know, some of you niggas, you know, who I would fuck, man, you niggas just don't want to, y'all don't want to do me right. I've heard Cynthia G many times say that she never had a black man treat her right, right? Well, first and foremost, you live in where you lived or whatever, right? You from Seattle, all right? Ain't shit going on in Seattle but the Seattle Seahawks, nigga, the Space Needle, and a bunch of fucking rain. How many black dudes are out there, right? In Seattle. Now, bring your ass to the South, man. All right? And you deal with a bunch of men who are Southern gentlemen, right? Who have Southern values, who look better than them niggas in the Pacific Northwest, for one. No homo, but I'm saying, though, who not only just fuck niggas, they could be, but they understand what it means to have a family, right? They understand that shit. Some guys may not be too big on the shit, but yeah, they understand the value of having family. Get the fuck out of Seattle. You can't make your judgment based on the niggas you fucking with in Seattle. I had a homegirl who I went to school with too, right? Somebody you talk to from Seattle. She said she had to get the fuck away from Seattle because ain't shit going on in Seattle. Them niggas are lame as fucking Seattle. Like, you do not want to fuck with a Seattle ass nigga. Yo, she don't want to fuck with no Seattle nigga. Fuck a Seattle nigga. Well, fuck it. She could be in California. Hey, but she from Seattle. Her opinion was based on her living and being from Seattle, man. And if she living in California, wherever part she's living in California, and you can't find a good black man, well, maybe it's because people might know who you are now and understand your rhetoric to where a lot of guys may be turned off because she's not a bad looking woman. It just like, you know, you hear where certain women say it'll turn you off like, well, damn, I would give you a shot, but this is how you feel about black men? Just based on you living in Seattle and being from Seattle. All right, well, you in another city and state, baby girl, you tripping. And you being 35, 36 years old, man, you too old to fucking want to learn, want to unlearn your old ways and relearn something brand new about black men. And plus, you've built a momentum and built a following based on the shit you talk about black men, right? Say about black men. And you can't really live that shit down at this point unless you just go away and then come back as somebody who's what, happily married to a black man. But what I'm saying, the point I'm making, though, let me get back to my main point for why I made that video. I made that video because I wanted the women on YouTube to be truthful about who black men really choose. That yes, you might have a bunch of whitewashed black men, but the black men who are movers and shakers and who the women really want to get at, these men have been with, we talking about the famous guys, right? These guys have been with their fucking wives for 35, 40 years now. And these guys in their 50s, 60s. And that's the majority. I'm going to say that's the goddamn majority of black men who can have the pick of the litter. They want the black woman first. And it's only if that black woman who he choose first, who been with him since high school or college, it's up to her to play her game, her cards right when it comes to him. She has to be the one to not become, you know, an enemy to this guy because he becomes successful in front of her, instead of just understanding that it's time for her to adjust to the new lifestyle. That's all it comes down to. She have to understand that part. Why do see the thing is, I don't like the disingenuous shit because black women know good and well that niggas put on the worst people, right? These black men be wanting to put on snakes, not just friends, but snakes, dog, who pose as friends. Black men be wanting to see everybody get on their feet if he is the one who can spearhead the shit. If he's the one who got the bread, he's gonna break the bread the right way. You know that shit. And you know, it makes no sense for why a man would actually be with a woman since he was in high school or since he was 19, 20, 21 years old, and now he in his 30s and he get on, right? He started to see success, right? He's becoming successful. He's achieving his goals, and he would just shit on this goddamn woman for a fucking white woman. Like he's that whitewashed to where it just automatically, you know, I got to get a white woman. I can never bring this woman who I've been knowing for 15 years with me, who's been nothing but a good woman to me and for me. I just have to go get me somebody white. This is what the fuck Cynthia G is saying when she know that's not even the goddamn truth. And her fucking minions, her fucking terrorists is eating this shit up, knowing that it's a goddamn lie, and they wonder why they would never be able to find them a good man though, because you lying about the shit now. You not open yourself up to where a good man will come in your way. He'll come in your life. You'll fucking just run into the nigga in the grocery store. You'll run into this guy at one of your homegirl party and shit. You'll meet this good guy. You meet this guy while you jogging at the park. You just meet a good guy, right? You wonder why good men just don't come your way, because niggas feel your aura. And based on what you said about and what you believe about black men that's not true, you denying your blessing. You believing in some shit that Cynthia G is saying that she know is not true, right? But she's saying it because, nigga, she's getting paid. It's her goddamn job. But all you guys are believing it and not realizing that it's her job. It's her job. Hold on. Somebody's on? Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Darren, Mary. Appreciate the CashApp, dog. Thank you very much. And that's big facts on Darren. The black woman is always the first choice, man. How in the fuck you can be raised around as a little boy? You raised around mamas, grandmamas, nigga, sisters, girl cousins, homegirls in the neighborhood, girls you see at school. How in the fuck you can be raised around a bunch of black girls and you gonna just be looking for a white girl? How do you know to look for a white girl when you like 10, 11 years old if you're not raised around white people? How many black men do you know who are black boys? We talking about the black men who are 30 and 40 years old now, right? This is who people are talking about, the niggas now. Not, I ain't gonna say the 20-year-olds because maybe them 20-year-olds in the suburbs, yeah, them guys probably was raised around white folks, okay? But we talking about 30 and 40 and 50-year-old men from the hood. How many guys my age and up was raised around white girls? You might can say a Mexican girl over a white girl. So how was you 10, 11, 12, 13 years old learning to like a fucking white girl when you weren't even raised around white girls? That your first crush was the girl down the street or the girl in your apartments or in your projects or the girl at your school, your all black school. How do you know to like a fucking white girl when you that goddamn young? When you going through puberty and shit, nigga, you got feelings and you turned on by black girls at 12, 13 years old. That's who you like it. So that's the first choice. How many black men, like I said a while back, how many black men, for all you women listening, for everybody who want to believe in what the fuck Cynthia G is saying when y'all know she's lying about this kind of shit, how many black men do you know lost their virginity to a goddamn white girl? Black men, you know, that's my age, 30 to 50. How many black men do you know lost their virginity to a goddamn white girl? Man, come on, JV. We talking about this based on when you was a young boy. Yeah, the black girl was the first choice. We talking about first choice. And who you lost your virginity to. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to know. How many black men do you know from the age of 30 to 50 lost their virginity to some goddamn white girl? I want to know that shit, man. I want to know the percentage of that shit. Because if you telling me 60% of black men from the age of 30 to 50 lost their virginity to some white girl, well, goddamn, I need to end the live stream right now. Let me end this live stream right motherfucking now. Hell, how many, like speaking of what Darren said, his first crush, right? But let's look at TV, right? Look at TV. When boys from my age, right, from 30 to 50, how many of us, right, who had our first crush was some white girl on TV over a black girl on TV. So we can go down the line and say, you got Thelma from Good Times was a lot of black boys' first crush. Hell, Walona, nigga, fuck it. A lot of those women who played in those blaxploitation films and shit back in the 70s, nigga, well, a lot of black men with my age range, first crush. All right? Hell, my first crush, you want to know who my first crush was? Y'all want to know who my first crush on TV was? Somebody let me know. Nah, proximity, you're right. I agree with that. But what I'm saying, we're going just based on men 30 to 50 who's raised in the hood. We ain't talking about them suburban kids. Talking about the man raised in the hood, man. I want to know who in the fuck lost their virginity to a white girl at 15, 16 years old. I want to know. 17 years old. Who? What black man do you know? Can you name me one? My first TV crush was Holly Robinson Pete, nigga, on 21 Jump Street, dog. It wasn't no Jasmine Guy. It was none of that. It was Holly Robinson Pete on 21 Jump Street. Wasn't no Robin Givens. I mean, Robin Givens, you know, I liked her too when she, you know, was on head of class and also, you know, as she got older. But my first major crush, and everybody knew that, was Holly Robinson Pete. I just had the biggest crush on her when I was like, I know 21 Jump Street came on before I even, you know, understood who the fuck I was and shit. But yet, when I would see the TV show, I'd be like, man, it was just always Holly Robinson Pete. I used to love Holly Robinson Pete when she was on 21 Jump Street. Just naturally. Charlene. Come on home to me, shine. Oh. Sometimes I cry. Pam Grill, ain't it? Yo, Pam Grill. So what I'm saying, man, to Cynthia G, like, baby, what are you doing, little mama? Little mama, what you doing? Hold up. Yeah, but nobody, look, listen, JV, stop, JV. Come on, we talking about somebody 15, 16, 17 years old. We're not talking about no grown-ass virgin, a nigga 25 who's a virgin. We talking about somebody in high school who actually stuck their dick inside of a girl for the first time, man. It was side of a black girl. It was not no crack fiend, no white chick who's on crack selling pussy. No, man. No, stop. Just stop, JV. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Leave it alone. All right? I mean, look, what I'm saying though, Lenardia, what I'm saying to you is that's who she need to be talking to then, right? Talking about, excuse me. Because what I'm saying, when it comes down to men and women and our, dating choices and all, it needs to be the people who you actually would talk to. Why are you caring about the people you don't give a fuck about like that? Why would you even care about who they choosing? No, I feel you, JV. You got it. And listen, those stereotypical successful black men with white women, those are really the men that these women, the black woman, we're talking about the full-blooded black woman, wouldn't even fuck with. They wouldn't even fuck with the guy at all. And they only consider fucking with the guy now because he's rich and he's on TV. But the majority of these niggas who play basketball, I mean, how many good-looking niggas who play basketball? We talking about what women be like, man, that nigga up fine in the bitch, right? You only can hear a few guys who play basketball and even football that women go crazy over. So you got a whole bunch of guys who play football and basketball that these women wouldn't even fuck with too. And the only reason they would now is because the nigga got money. But we talking about when he was in high school, he was that high school guy. Even though he was an athlete, he was still unattractive. Like, women didn't feel that nigga like that. They didn't look at him like that. He was too ugly. Right? It was some shit, like something was off about the nigga. And that was that, right? Hey, listen. Listen what your boy saying, man. Cynthia G and the people who follow Cynthia G need to be truthful, man. Hey, you only care about the niggas who you would fuck. The only niggas you care about and their decision and their choices are the guys you would have gave pussy to. And you could be disappointed because you found out that this nigga, he liked them white girls. God damn. Yes, that would disappoint you. To Lenardia, excuse me, Lenardia, and anybody else listening, right? Yes, that would make good sense if you was telling me that, yo, man, Idris Elba like them white chicks. All right, a lot of you women find him attractive. So it makes sense why you would be mad at him for fucking with a white chick. If Chris Brown, a lot of you women like Chris Brown. Chris Brown like them white girls in that case, right? And you mad at the nigga for liking it because you really thought that he was an ideal man for you. Yo, Lisa Turtle, Pam. Yeah, I like Pam. I like Pam over Gina all day, every day, nigga. She look way better than Gina. Just way better. Gina light skin couldn't even take over the top when it comes out of Pam just being just a natural, beautiful. Hell no. Nah. And even now, it shows you that Pam was finer, right? Because even now, Pam is finer now. And that's how I look at shit too. I look at how would it be after the fact, not just during the fact, because I know that can be a little deceiving. Like, how would you maintain this shit after the fact? And look how Gina looked, Tisha Campbell looked compared to look at Tachina Arnold. No, they're not coming for me. Oh, Subone, they're not coming for me. They just, in the comment section that I did with this video, and I said, this is who we choose, huh? And I just did a little rundown on the men who are influential in society, who have the money and the power, and who everybody know. And I was showing how these guys, they stayed with the women that they either went to high school with, or who they just met in their early 20s. They've been with these women 35, 40 years, man. That's crazy. And that's my point. What's up, Mella? How you doing? Water Sniper, what's going on? Subone, what's good? What's up? DOD, what's going on? Everybody. Hey, listen. What I'm saying is this. Why are these guys who can get any woman they want, why did they choose to be with the actual woman that they've been with since they high school? Like even LeBron James. Like, how is it like so you got to make this shit make sense to me, to Cynthia G and everybody listening, and her people who's coming around making these goddamn comments. You have to make that shit make sense. So that disproves everything that Cynthia G and a lot of you women want to believe, that black men, we are so doggish, we're so cutthroat, so grimy, that it's an automatic trade-in when we get to a certain level. No, man, no, that's not what black men feel in the heart. You can best believe the women, like the women who are on 50 Cent, like 50 Cent baby mama and shit, Dwayne Wade ex-wife, these Kevin Hart's ex-wife, you can best believe, dog, that if you ask these men about these women and you just really like to get out your emotions, dog, you would see that those women play dirty with those men, because there's no reason for why those men wouldn't have brought those women with them to success. It's no need for a nigga to have kids with you, spend years with you, and the moment he becomes successful, he don't want to fuck with you. And I gave the examples of these other men, LL Cool J, like LL Cool J, like wouldn't a nigga like LL Cool J, wouldn't LL Cool J be the one to get a better looking woman? Wouldn't Ja Rule, wouldn't Denzel Washington and Samuel L. Jackson, like wouldn't these LeBron James, wouldn't these guys be the one to fucking just say, you know what, man, I got to give me a new wife? Like, wouldn't those guys be in position to make that decision? Those are the men in a position to cheat if they wanted to cheat, and they women really couldn't say shit about it. JV playing with me, man. Why JV playing, dog? Leonardo, you're right. Who they really choose is mostly about regular everyday swirlers who claim they swirl with women who are more attractive than black women. They said they are getting the dime exoticals. It's JV, she own it, right? Don't worry about when I let Mario J come up, man. You got to come up here and come explain all that shit you saying, JV. Nah, I'm about to drop the link for you to get on, man. I want to see if JV gonna come through, man. I want JV to come up here and run her mouth about that shit. Right? The shit she's saying. Her trolling. What I'm trying to tell black women, it's not the fucking church. Dumbass. This ain't the church. Are we not your pastor lying to your ass? This ain't no Derrick Jackson lying to your ass. And I understand, man. If you want me to be sensitive, I'll be a little sensitive right now, right? I understand that sometimes a woman, she just want to be lied to by men because some women feel like a nigga care when they lie. Yes. When I used to fuck the shit out of my ex-girl, and in some cases, my baby mama, yeah. Well, really, my ex-girl will want me to fucking say that I love her while I was stroking her, man, because it went with the moment, nigga. Like, it wasn't no time for me to tell the goddamn truth in that moment. Me fucking this bitch, me Hebrew slave fucking the shit out this goddamn chick, right? And she is receiving me. And I'm trying to fucking throw my back out in this goddamn little ass bitch, man. And she would just want me, especially when she got her arm around me and shit, especially if I'm on top of her. She just wanted me to say, I love her. Like, just whisper it, just say, I love her. I love you. I love you, right? Say it, I love you, kiss on cheek while I'm fucking her, dog. And she would get off. Dog, this motherfucker would just go crazy by me doing that. And I would be lying like a motherfucker, dog. I would be lying because I didn't love her like that. We're talking about in that moment, I wasn't feeling you like that, but I was fucking you because that's what dysfunctional motherfuckers do, right? Dysfunctional couples be doing. So it went with the moment. I couldn't fuck the moment up. But goddamn it, let me tell you something, black women on YouTube. You gotta let a nigga fuck then. You gotta let these niggas fuck then to lie to you like that. If you really want that, let a nigga just fuck you real fast. Let a dude fuck you so he can lie to you. Let the whole interaction be a lie so you can get that orgasm because, bitch, you living a lie. You's a living ass bitch, man. Let's do it like that then. If you want niggas to lie to you, that nigga got to be fucking you, man. He can't just be lying to you for nothing. If you want a guy to like if you know you ain't shit ass bitch, you know you ain't really hitting on shit, and you want a guy to fucking lie to you and tell you that you beautiful, you a queen, and you all that nigga, and you know you deserve the best in life and all that kind of shit. Now you got to at least get a nigga some pussy for him to really make that a reality for you. Other than that, shut the fuck up about wanting a guy to tell you a goddamn lie and he don't get no benefit for lying to you, dog. Like, lying is a sin, huh? For all you Bible thumping motherfuckers, dog. Ain't lying is a sin? Yeah, there you go. Well, goddamn, how about you say the shit? What woman on here gonna come out here and say, look, man, look, we just want to be lied to, man. Like, you know, we just need to be lied to, dog. Like, that's our, you know, definition of, or that's our, you know, confirmation that you care. We talking about the women who don't like to hear the truth. I ain't talking about the women who want to hear truth. We talking about the women who want to be lied to. Like, how about you just say, man, I like to be, all right. How about you give a hint that you want to be lied to so we'll know exactly what to do. Hey, man. Hey, listen. Hey, that's a part of the role play. There you go. That's role playing. Role playing is what? Role playing is lying to a motherfucking chick while you fucking her, nigga. That's role playing, dog. You a lying ass nigga fucking her, bro. You a lie. You understand what I mean? That's role playing, dog. What the fuck, nigga? That's cosplay, nigga. You put on I'm a put a ski mask on, like how you guys know I like them ski masks, nigga. I put the ski mask and go back to my criminal shit, right? What's up, Blue Devil G? What's up, D Mac the Trucker? What's up, man? You got to be a lion, bro. That's a part of role play, niggas. You coming in as a lion ass nigga, like, bro. I mean, if you guys ever watch, you know, certain porn clips, man, you know, some women, like you will see certain porn clips where it's like a guy, he comes in as a robber, like he's a burglar, right? He coming in trying to jack her, dog. Like he coming and she's running around scared. He got ski mask on, nigga. Motherfucker coming like he ready to come take some shit, right? And she let the nigga fuck because of that. Like, nigga, he's a robbing ass nigga right there, right? So in the case of a lot of these women, you come in the bedroom as a bullshit lying ass nigga. Like, you just in this bitch lying like a motherfucker, bro. That is going to get the majority of women turned on, nigga. Yes, nigga. Motherfucker, women will get turned on. Let me get 10 minutes, dog. And I'm gonna drop the link, man. I just want to make it to the hour, and then I drop the link. But listen. Get them lies, bro. Put them lies That's all what I'm starting to see with women is you gotta lie to them. Like, nigga, you can't tell the woman the truth. You gotta lie to them because it shows that you really care about her, that you care about her enough to lie to her. Like, you can't just outright tell her you cheated on her, man. You care enough about her to say, nah, I didn't know I would never cheat on you. It's like I respect you enough to lie to you right now. I respect what you can do to me. I can just tell you I love you right now. I love you. I love you, right? I love you. Because I know that means a lot to you. That I'm lying while I'm saying I love you. I ain't got to ever show you that I love you. All I have to do is say it. And you good with that shit. See, that's the black woman. The black woman is good with, you just saying some shit. Say what you would do on some jail talk shit. When I get out of jail, baby, I'm going to marry you and shit because you've been holding me down and you've been doing more for me than my mama and shit. So, man, look, I miss you. I just can't wait to get out of here so we can really make this shit right. I'm going to do right by you. We're going to have a family when I get out this bitch in 2 years. What's up, Love Wisdom? How you doing? Cynthia G want a nigga to lie to her too, man. That's all. She's no different. She's just a big content creator on YouTube, but she no different. She want a dusty dick nigga who can fuck her real good to lie and say he's gonna do better. He's gonna do right. Everything's gonna be all right. And like whatever she say on here, let her get around a nigga who really turn her on and let's see how she's gonna fold. Nigga, like it's gonna just happen naturally, right? Like as much as I can say, or you can say, anybody, as much as you think she'll learn her lesson and all that. No, nigga, you don't learn the lesson. A lot of these women don't learn the fucking lesson, dog. It's not to be learned. All right? Some people just want to do wrong, bro. Like, in the case of a lot of our women, they just want to do the wrong shit because they can, nigga. It ain't for you as a man to always want to figure out why do women do dumb shit? Why do women do stupid shit? I told Obsidian this shit years ago that doing dumb shit is very much orgasmic for a lot of black women, dog. And it's true. It's orgasmic for them to do dumb shit because they can do it. They can do it. Like, who in the fuck want to do the right things all the time? Who, nigga? Who? I want to know. Who? Somebody tell me who. Who? Who want to do the right things all the time, man? I mean, goddamn, you don't want to cut a corner every now and then. And you realize cutting corners, nigga, give you the advantage. Okay, well, hell, you want to go back and doing, honest shit again? You don't think a woman want to be lied to? You don't think she want to do some stupid shit every now and then, bro? Like, she's tired of being, quote unquote, good. She realizes a good woman don't really get recognized. She know that. And good women don't go down in history. Well-behaved women don't go down in history. They don't. Cardi B would go down in history. Hell, fuck it. Nigga, she'll go down in history before goddamn Michelle Obama. Because Michelle Obama is pretty much forgotten at this point, huh? Why nobody talking about her no more? Where she at? Megan Thee Stallion and all of them are more on people's radar than Michelle Obama. Sometimes you want to know, like, where's Michelle Obama? Or what about their daughters? Why you don't hear about them no more? Hey, well-behaved women don't go down in history. Being all that good shit. In this world we living in, being good don't mean shit, dog. It don't. It really don't, man. You being good is just some shit that you know how to be for yourself. But when it come down to you dealing with other people, you got to be bad, nigga. You got to be a bullshit, fucked up ass nigga, a fucked up ass chick. You really got to be that way when you're dealing with other people. When you're dealing with your people, yeah, you be good, man. Yeah, you good. You good. You good to them. You treat them good. Outsiders, you got to treat them bad. It's like you got to be, you going along, you going along with the scam too, I guess, huh? Ain't no need for you to have integrity and be righteous and shit in the world. Niggas don't care about that shit. Motherfucker kill you anyway. Niggas send you to jail anyway, right? They would. So why not be bad? Why not give a person a reason to do something bad to you? Motherfucker hate on you for being good. Like, nigga, hate on you because what? Your ability to purchase certain items? So why not really give them a reason to hate on you? Why not? So everybody don't want to always do good. Niggas want to be bad every now and then. Why do you think women love bad boys? Because bad boys don't follow the rules and shit. And that's up her alley, nigga. That's up her alley. She know these niggas, like, that nigga, he ain't following the rules. Oh, yeah, that's why I want to fuck with. I want to be with that nigga. Yeah, you got to be ruthless, dog. Like, that's why I try to tell people love wisdom. You have to be ruthless, right? You have to be a good person who know how to be ruthless, man. So what I mean is this. When you are good and you are doing good for people, doing good, you know, towards people, you so caring and you considerate, right? See, you cannot really be that love, wisdom, and JV. You can't really be that if you wouldn't kill them people. Yeah, I'm extreme. I like being extreme because I want you guys to understand this is how it's supposed to really be. Fuck it, nigga. I'm telling you the goddamn truth, right? Hey,
to make an economy for their women, than to say, you go get a job, she go get a job, y'all come together, bring your stuff in and make a big pile. My opinion. Just my opinion. You're entitled to yours. I don't have any facts, data, statistics, just my opinion. And it's the way I prefer to live, and because this is what I see from successful men, high value men. Their wives work for them, either in the house or as the housewife. They find a way to work for their husband's vision, which is the overall goal and plan for the family, the legacy. So let's get into it. How many women would be willing to work for their man? And the thing is, ladies, what kind of skills do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? How can you work for your man? How is what you're doing today working for somebody else going to translate into working for your man? I hear a lot of women talk about, I want to be homeschooled. Shout out Tony Davis. A lot of women talking about they want to homeschool their kids. Great. How you going to work for your man? Your husband is working in corporate America, but he wants to transition and start his own business. How are you going to make that transition easier? He starts a startup business, and what can a wife do? Well, if you ever lived in a cold weather climate, when it's real cold outside, like when it's under freezing, Tony, gentlemen, when it's under freezing outside, what do you have to do to a car? You don't just jump in the car, start it up, right? What do you have to do? You got to start it up. You got to let the car warm up. Ladies, your husband seeds a business, starts an idea, burning them hours after between 6 and midnight, getting the startup business off the ground. And while he's out working 8 to 5, you're warming the business up. So where he comes through the door and he jumps in the driver's seat and drives that business to where it starts to earn some money, to where you get that one important thing, the replaceable income, the FU money. You're making enough on the side business to replace this business. So you got your income coming from here. You got a seed business coming from here. It's bringing in more money. You don't start living on the money. You start stocking, you're stockpiling it, paying down your debt, increasing. And wives, you're starting to help with this to where when this starts becoming closer and closer to this, then he can get rid of that and start doing this one and let the business take off. Ladies, how many times do you hear people come on the channel talking about, well, this person works over here and she does that? Man, this is how couples make it. And guess what? You've got more in common together other than just love. I'm not happy You got real shit together. You've got real stuff. You've got real ties that bind. Many more things in common other than just love. I personally talk about my next ex-wife, but I would tell you this: one of the things I admire most about high-value men is the adoration many of their wives have for them for the fact that they don't have to get up and go to work in the morning. I've sat back and overheard soccer moms uh, talking about how fortunate they feel to not have to get out and work like their girlfriends, and how appreciative they are that their man has made it possible for them to do it. Huh. Yeah, ladies, that's the attitude you're going to need to take to make this work. You're not owed this. This is a privilege. And you should be grateful to get it because, especially,
I'm a PhD.
if your ass is out here already working anyway, you already have to get up every morning, month in, month out, week in, week out, going to work, commuting, up the elevator, down the elevator, deadline, this, that, stress, back and forth, performance review, up and down. Oh my God. You've been doing it for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and all of a sudden somebody takes that all away. Don't you ever think you should decide to get entitled, act like you deserved it. No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How many of you ladies would like to work? How many of you ladies would be willing to work for your man? Because you're working for somebody already. Now, sadly, many women are in this place right here. They wasting their time working for other people. They're taking their youth, their creativity, their fertile years. And what are you getting for it, ladies? You're working for the man. You're working for him. He gets your youth, your creativity, your fertile years. And what do you get? A paycheck? Business cards? Woo! You're giving up a whole lot. But while you...
Danger zone!
Those 8 years, what are you getting? $70,000 a year? Yay! Yay! Woohoo! That's why I say most women don't have careers, you have jobs. What are you getting for your independence while you in your... What?
Danger zone!
Hey, what do you get? What do you get? Versus you see what I see today when I was in my optometrist and one woman's at work and her sister came in with a baby carriage, one in the carriage, one on the hip, and the woman behind the woman I know who's working came running out to see her sister. Her sister was coming from home with her babies. She was at work. Auntie was excited to see sister who had 2 babies and a husband. Who's winning?
I'm a PhD.
Okay. Who's winning? Who's winning? Because when she got off work, she went and did yoga, went home to her dog, got a little ramen and a couple of glasses of wine and an Ambien to start all over again. What's more appealing? Having to learn how to cooperate, get along with the man, getting on side with your man, finding a way to work for him, and not having to work for the system for the next 40, 50 years, not breaking down, not being tired, wrinkling, sad, depressed, stressed out because you got so many responsibilities. Shout out to Claudia, who said, I was told by my mother and grandmother that 80% of a relationship, marriage, is a woman's responsibility. And American women know how to do this. They know how to focus and plan to go to school, to get a degree. They go to work. They are on time. They do all these things, and they will show up, commit, cooperate, do all this other stuff because your man is the job. Gentlemen, make your woman work for you. How about you 101? That's what I say. What do you say?
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Que no me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. De corazón. No te hace ser feliz. Money work.
All right, guys, here's the ultimate question. I get asked this often. I hear guys talk about this too. Why don't women want to work? Why don't women want to work? Why don't women want to work after marriage? Why don't women want to work after marriage? And here's the thing. Here's a conversation to be had. Why don't women want to work? I don't think most women wanted to have to work to begin with. And I will say this, every RP channel, every RP content creator I know of is in a long-term relationship. And the natural progression tends to be that their women tend to come work for them. Do you want your woman to work for another man? Do you want her to work for you? The majority of women are lazy. Then, okay. See, Darren Noble. I'll go ahead and say, Darren Noble says the majority of women are lazy. Well, what's the problem, Darren? Let me go ahead and respond to Darren Noble. Then, Darren, why are you worried about the majority of women? See, this is the thing I can't deal with, is when you say the majority of women are lazy. Okay, then guess what? What if a woman said the majority of men are bums? What would you say to her? then go find the guys who aren't. See, you can't have it both ways. You can't expect women to have to submit and cooperate, fit feminine and friendly, and all this other thing, and then get out there and pay bills. Beauty costs, gentlemen. And if you say women are this, women are that, you get an argument from me, then go find the ones that aren't. That doesn't work. See, men, you got to have a can-do kind of attitude. I don't care what the solution. We fix problems. Well, women in America, this. Hey, man. Then if that's what you believe, what you gonna do about it? What's the solution? What's the solution for any of you, men or women? If these women are this, these women are that, what's your solution? Well, I'm just not getting married. Fine. Then you don't need to keep having these conversations about women. If you're not going to deal with women, why do you keep talking about them? If your solution is, I don't want to deal with them, I'm going to wait for the artificial womb to come out or surrogate, then after that, I'm going to pay my money, get my product, and leave. Great. Unless you are a content creator and making content to continue to educate new people to the marketplace. If you're simply a commenter or a viewer, you've already made your decision. Go in peace. But see, what I really believe is some folks, just like there are women who have an opinion about men and da-da-da, but they still frequent these spaces. Some of you guys, your slip is showing. So, here's the thing. Join the show, but he went silent. It's a hard question to ask. It's a hard question to answer because what it says is, yeah, the situation's jacked up. It's all jacked up. The world's jacked up. The rules are gone. Everything's upside down. It's chaos. It's crazy. I accept all this. It's not fair. It sucks. But this is the time we find ourselves in. As a man, I cannot do anything about that. I have to decide how best to navigate this path. What is it? And if you want to have anything out of life that deals with women, you're going to have to figure out how to interact with them. I started a trucking company 2 years ago. My wife followed. 2 years later, she had a clothing line. Give them something to follow. Thank you, brother. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. After I started my trucking company, my wife followed. 2 years later, she had a clothing line. Give them something to follow. This is all I'm saying, gentlemen. This is all I'm saying. And I didn't even talk to the black men in particular. This is where we had the ball kicked out of our hands. I was told we were taught to be a generation of softer men and a generation of harder women. They equipped Generation X with everything except this knowledge. Go build your own businesses to employ yourselves and your women. It's like we went out and got degrees and everything else and went and made everybody else rich. We went to work for other people while they took our youth, our creativity, our exuberance, paid us pennies on the dollar for our time and made themselves and their generations rich. If they had told Generation X simply this, feminism, third wave feminism, strong, independent, don't need no man, that's fine. But you men go out there and build an economy to employ men who look like you. Like, don't go work. Don't just be happy with going to work on white collar. Go build an economy. Take the white collar money, go start a blue collar business and employ men who look like you. And employ women who look like you as well. Whether it's your own woman. So if you go start a business and you hire this man, you're providing for this man and his wife and kids. So every other group does it. It starts with group economics. I'm sorry. The problem with women is we don't control our economy. So I can't fix that. I can control my economy, and my woman will work for me. Tell her what she gets, Bob. She gets a hellified benefits package. Working for me is a good deal. You'll have shit to do. Whatever her talents, her skill sets, I'll find some way to make them work for me. Find some way to make it work for me. And that's what you're going to have to do, man. At the end of the day, we can complain about a lot of stuff, about the nature of women, this and that, but it is hard to go get a check someplace, and then if your check is $3,000 and her check is $1,500, that's $1,500 she got somewhere else. Ladies, how important is this to you? I want to hear from the ladies. How important is this to you, ladies? Join the show, lady. I want to hear from you, ladies. How important is this to you? In all seriousness, where you're at right now, or where you would want to be. Look. Here's you get free. Here's your opportunity to call in, tell men what you think or how you would feel about being able to work for your man or your man or men. Tell them what you think. Because I believe they want to hear it. Tell them how you feel about it. Tell them what it would do for you. Tell them why this is a good thing. Sell them on the idea, ladies. Other than, you should do it just because God said it. It's a man's duty to provide. All right. Case in point, that won't work. You can't use the Bible today to make those arguments. You're going to have a better pitch. Thank you. Grind over. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, I've worked in corporate America, and I have seen executive assistants. It's not uncommon for executive assistants to be unmarried, because it is very common, especially in the 80s and 90s. It was very common for executive assistants to travel from place to place with CEOs or VPs, because when he moved up, she moved up. And it was industry knowledge that these women were sleeping with their employer. Well, you think you got a woman who was a secretary making $35,000 who became an executive assistant making $150,000. They're doing roughly the same thing. Except she has coming to work in a Chanel power suit with a designated parking spot and a black Amex. She's flying across the country first class. I mean, you better ask somebody. Better ask somebody. And these women are not unattractive. And these women are not ugly. Hello. What do you got for me?
This is my second time calling, so you won't hear from me again. I wanted to just chime in because I was married to a high value man. I was married at 19, passed away almost 6 years ago. But
Okay.
I wanted to speak on the importance of working for your husband. And um, you know, at first, when we first got married, I would do a lot of the groundwork for him in terms of he hosted a lot of parties internationally. He owned and ran a lot of nightclubs and lounges in various countries. Him and his family would, and so myself and my sister-in-law, we would hire the hostesses, the pretty women that you see walking around the clubs holding drinks and stuff. We would
Yep.
hire them. We would make sure that we would decorate. They didn't want to be bothered with that kind of stuff. When we travel internationally, I went to barber school so that I could do his hair. I took I think the term is esthetician courses, so I could do his nails and shape his beard for
Mm-hmm.
him while he traveled, so he wouldn't have to worry about that on the road. And I'm sorry, hold on, let me close my door. And so that really helped. But I also ran the household. He called me the grand mistress because I also ran the household. I was responsible for the maids to clean the house, for the chefs, for the diet, and his diet and his health. I took herbology courses so that I could try to give him the best natural remedies for any ailment that he had while we were on the road. And but he also encouraged me to pursue my dreams, which was anthropology, history, and all that. So, he encouraged me to go to school as well. And from that, because his family owns a manufacturing, they do textiles, they do things for the military, they make clothes, they make metals and things for the military. He started making archaeology tools that I designed. He started making like encasements to put like findings in. And so I was able to travel and also sell his product to the people that I worked with in the archaeology field. And so that was really fun. And that's something that he kind of did for me / with me. But
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to chime in and say like the importance of when you're married to a high value man or a man that's very busy, you want to be an asset to him more than a burden or just like a pet or something. Like you want to
Mm-hmm.
be a part of his business. You want to be a part of his life because that also gives you time with your husband. If your husband's working so many hours, but you're working with him, that gives you time with him. Otherwise, you won't have, if you're sitting at home, you won't have that time with him. I help him organize his papers, his bills. Like I organized his office and his files because he was like not very good at that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to,
Thank you, Antonia.
important. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me again. Bye
Yep.
bye.
Bye bye. Okay.
Hey,
That was a lot to
you ain't supposed
unpack.
to show people your goodness
She started out
if you're not willing
working,
to kill them people for trying to
doing
disrespect your
administrative.
goodness, or to violate your goodness, or betray your goodness. You pay somebody rent. You pay somebody rent because they was they was about to get evicted, right? And if that person, the fact that you paid their rent, if that person ever try to betray you, try to slander you, try to badmouth you, you kill their ass. And I don't necessarily always mean killing them like bullet to the head type shit. I'm talking about just really you decimate them. You make sure they suffer after that. You make sure that they suffer. You're going to go for their neck. Why? Because there was absolutely no reason for them to betray you when you just paid their fucking rent and you never held it against them. There was no need for them to fucking betray you or to become an enemy to you. If you're going to have things in life, you got to protect that shit. So I'm saying you got to be good and you know how to be bad, bro. You can't be good in every situation. That's what I mean. And I'm going to show you how I know what I'm saying, dog, because when we ride around the city, Or we ride around, you know, every day, you know, we've experienced different weathers, dog. So therefore we was able to adjust to the weather. So why is it I could be the same person, but then when it's raining, I know how to take an umbrella or put on a raincoat, or then when it's cold, I know how to put on a hoodie or overcoat. Why is I know how to do them things, right, just to adjust to the element? And when it's hot outside, nigga, I put on t-shirt, shorts, nigga, whatever the fuck, right? So why is I know how to adjust to the elements, but yet I act like as if I don't understand how to adjust to people? Oh, I feel you. I'm about to drop the link, man. I'm about to drop the link. Yo, what's up, Ted Matrix? What's up, man? Cut their water off, man. Dehydrate they motherfucking ass, nigga. No, well, all right. I'm not really saying what's up, Warren. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm not saying like I said, I know when I talk this kill shit. Yeah, look. I know everybody in the chat room would kill if they had to, right? But my thing is, I'm saying if you know you're not gonna kill, like take somebody's life. We talking about when you do good deeds for people and somebody betray you, you got to really go for their neck after that. You got to really just say, you know what, man, fuck you, nigga. All right, and make them feel that shit. Don't ever do good for people and don't have no consequence for their ass when they betray you. That's what I mean. There's no need, because your goodness would be in vain. And that's why a lot of black people get fucked over in life, because their goodness is always in goddamn vain, because somebody always taking advantage of their goodness. And there's no consequence to the shit. With good deeds, it needs to be a severe consequence to the shit, dog. It should be. From you. Or don't even fuck with nobody like that. Just let them know, look, man, I don't break bread like that, man. Look, I don't take care. I don't pay rent like that. I can't help you with your car, man. I'm sorry, I can't, because I just got this thing that if somebody were to ever cross me or betray me, especially a person who I looked out for, that it's gonna be a major problem. And I don't want to go to prison for that shit. That can be a hell of a goddamn excuse to get out of a lot of shit. Let a person know, man, I can't even do all that, man, because if a person who I looked out for would have betrayed me, I'm straight killing their ass, dog. That's how I feel. I can promise you, you can get about that situation. When anybody want to come ask you for some help, let them know that shit, and they get the fuck away from you. And it's going to make them accountable too, that they shouldn't be going to folks for help and believe that they can betray that same person and bite the hand they fed their ass too. That let them know too. So getting back to these women, right? Cynthia G, her people. Cynthia G, baby, I'm looking for you to come on and say, look, you want to be lied to every now and then. Just say that. You want to be lied to. You want niggas to lie to you. Cause you damn sure lying on black men right now. Yeah, you lying on black men on who we choose, dog. Like, don't play that whitewash shit with us, and you ain't gonna play with black women. Cause why the fuck we got this divestment swirling movement and shit if black women are not whitewashed too? Like, as a black woman sitting around looking at black men play the field, and women are sitting around like, God damn, nigga, like, y'all don't see us sitting right here? Like, bro, you just come in the room and look over all of us, and you just had to go for that white bitch? You can't. How you spot this white bitch sitting up on us, nigga? How did you, nigga, you just walked in the room and you saw her in the middle of all of us? Like, bro, how was that even possible? You that focused on white women? To where you can just come in a room and there's 100 black women in the room and you see this one white woman in the middle, and you knew exactly, like, you had your a radar, nigga, you had a detector, nigga, you just went straight to her, and they're like, here you go, I'm going straight to you. Hey, where that white girl at? I saw that white girl. Where she at? Yeah, she right here. Where she was right there. I see her. Yeah, I'm programmed to go after white women. Let me put this link down here, man. Put this goddamn link out here, man. Let's see something, man. I'm trying to see something, man. What's up? Hold on. Let's look at this shit. Who want it, man? Who want it? But Warren said, I don't see how people support seeing when her situation is a big contradiction as far as her rhetoric on YouTube. I mean, look, like I say, Dusty Beta Male Coon behavior compared to a Dusty Beta Male Coon dick is two different things. Like a lot of us don't like the so-called ratchet, like the ghetto, the thought, right? Like you really don't really like that, bro. Like as a man, you don't want that to be a representation of a woman that you love and you fuck with, but yet why is it when every dude see the shit and if he was able to be around it, he gonna try to fuck her though, man? Like why is it a chick who twerks on camera? You know good and well you never bring this woman around your mother. You know good and well, like this is a guilty pleasure, dog. Like you know this is like in the privacy of your own space, your own home, that you never want nobody to know that you really lusting after a chick who just be on Instagram shaking her ass all day, or one of these OnlyFans chicks, right? Like you don't want nobody to know that you go after that. It's like an embarrassment to know, even though you a man, you like, all right, I don't want nobody to know that I'm really in a bad chat, nigga, you know, in DMs trying to hit up these goddamn hoes like that. But what is it that hoe is doing that's making you want to go after her? It's the fact that what she's doing is triggering your goddamn dick, man. That's what she's doing. Yes, I can put on the front in front of all my people. I don't give a fuck about these bitches and all that, right? But let me really be in a room or in a spot to where a chick just really sitting in front of me, like standing in front of me twerking and shit with a nice ass booty. And she just make her ass, she just goddamn clapping and she just giving me a lap dance. Let's see if I won't fuck. And let's see when will I feel bad about myself. I'll feel bad like, God damn, I shouldn't have did that shit. But why did I do it? Because she triggered my sexual nature. My libido, nigga. She triggered me. She turned me on in that way. Yeah. What's up, Perfectability? What's up? Yeah. That's how I go. Yeah. Marry your Playboy bunny. You don't like to see every man like a woman who do hoe shit, got hoe tendencies, but he really don't want her to be the hoe. He want her to only be a hoe for him. It's like, I like the fact that you are sexy, you're seductive, you're provocative, right? But I don't want you doing that for every nigga, though. You understand me? So I want to be able to control this you big ball of sexual energy. I want to be able to control your ass. I want to be able to control and guide it. I want to be able to like manipulate this shit. Hold on, here we go. I want to be able to control. What's up, man? What's up? I want to be able to like manipulate this shit. You got me on the back. You got to mute that back.
Okay, hold on for a minute, bro.
All right. What's up, man? What's up?
Hold on.
You got me on the.
There
you go.
Now.
I hear you. What's up? What's up? How you doing?
What's good? Let me turn you up a little bit, man.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Hey, you digging in, ain't you?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not mad at you, man. I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm kind of getting used to certain people on YouTube right now. You one of the channels that I ran across. So big salute to you. Much success to your channel. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to jump in on the Cynthia G conversation or whatever. I do believe that she do be going hard on the fellas. I think that we as black men, we do give her the ammunition at times to do that. But yeah. I think that all the name calling and all that bullshit, I think that's unnecessary. And I think that at some point in time, I never trust people who push one narrative in reference to saying all black men or all black women. You know what I'm saying? I always second guess that shit because I believe that there's an ulterior motive behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying, you know, hurt people. Well, manipulative people hurt people. Destructive people hurt people. Toxic people hurt people. So I just think that, you know, she provides a title per se of hurt. And what I mean by that is it's a lot of people when they go through stuff, they listen to certain music, like that's my song, like the Mary J. Blige. Like I've been through that. You know, I understand that. So when you get the Cynthia G's and other people on YouTube that says, you know what, I'm gonna take your pain and I'm gonna put a title to it. When I say beta males or dusties, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now you're captivating those people who are in that pain or recovering from that pain. So I think that she does a great job at capitalizing on that. But I think it's like you said with Derek Jackson. I think people are saying what they want to say on YouTube, but I don't really think they live in that life in real life, man.
True. No, I agree. No, you're not. Derek Jackson proven to be a hypocrite, made a whole like we see. From what I'm hearing that he got white baby mamas and shit like that, right? Or and he fucking with. I mean, he got a good looking woman that he dealing with now, but he can't believe the shit he's talking about because I done seen him go off like on women. All the sweet shit that Derek Jackson spoke on when it come down to like, oh, you a queen and you deserve much more and all that. I done seen this nigga cuss out black women, talk bad to black women. So when the fuck was that queen shit then? Yeah, you understand what I mean?
I think you're giving raw dialogue to a realistic situation. Like the shit that you saying is definitely needed and it needs to be said. I just think that sometimes people can dismiss it because you say, okay, well, Cynthia G is this, and this. And me personally, I really want to come from a narrative where I say, listen, at what point in time do we as black men say, you know what? It's not all but a few bad apples that spoil a bunch for some people. And at what point in time do we say it's not all black men but a few bad apples? And I think that are we trying to build so that way we stay separate, or at what point in time do we goddamn pull together and say, hey, we in this shit for the long haul? You know what I'm saying? It's about supporting black families, or if you love somebody outside the race, do you? But I think right now the narrative is let me downplay anything that, like you said, that won't accept me. Like it's a lot of men. I feel like when she said those things about Lil Wayne, I'm gonna be honest with you. For a lot of people, it's about money. It's about materialistic things. I believe that Lil Wayne provides the money, he provides the materialistic things. But I don't know if Lil Wayne would choose her based on the women that he's been with for the past couple years. I don't know if Cynthia G would be in that lineup. So maybe that goes to the point where, since he wouldn't choose me, I'm going to downplay him. What you think, bro?
No, I agree with you on that one, man. It's called you disdaining what you can't have. No, and I said it earlier about a guy who don't have money would talk bad about a guy who has money, right? So he right now cannot buy a house, can't live in a condo, so therefore he can talk bad about the shit. In the case of Cynthia G, look, I have no issue with Cynthia G personally. My thing is, all right, well, you got to be truthful about the black men that you actually want compared to the guys you don't want, right? When it comes down to these guys who you really are attracted to, well, just say, look, you like these niggas because you turned on by the guys, but you hate the fact that these guys don't behave, that they don't allow for you to control them like that. So therefore, you have to talk about this particular stereotype. The dusty beta male coon. Think about it. Everybody keeps saying that Cynthia G got pregnant by this Robert Perkins guy, right? So I don't know nothing about that, but what I'm hearing is Robert Perkins is no different than these other dusty beta male coon niggas who she talk about.
Right.
So what made you give him some pussy? What was about him, right? That made you,
brother.
A guy with a whole bunch of baby mamas, a whole bunch of kids, right? So what was it about him that turned you on sexually to where you can go meet up with the guy and let him fuck?
Consistency.
All right, then. And my thing is with a Cynthia G, it's like these are the type of guys you just love. You love these niggas, but you hate the fact that you can't get your way with them, that they won't just do right because so many women that they will entertain, that they won't make it all about you. And that's the problem with a lot of our black women is that they want to be able to come in and get a control over men, bro. Like they want you to be able to get rid of all your options and shit. They want you to make it all about her. And when you don't do that, now you get this, oh, all niggas ain't shit, right? But you steady fucking with these so-called ain't shit niggas, right? Like as if you ain't learned your goddamn lesson. So when do you learn your lesson? We talking about life lesson. We ain't talking about you fuck around, made a mistake, you burning your goddamn toasters and shit, so therefore you know not to keep it on too long. We talking about a life lesson. Now you got a whole baby, right? In that case, right? You got an STD. You got a nigga who got another woman pregnant, but yeah, he supposed to be with you. Like when you learn these life lessons, though, you lost a whole bunch of money fucking with this nigga, a whole bunch of years and time fucking with this guy. When do you learn a life lesson about these particular niggas that you actually want to be with, to where you ain't got to necessarily say nothing bad about them? Just leave them the fuck alone now from now on. It's time for you now to move on to bigger and better things, though. Fuck these dusty niggas that fuck you good. If you don't like a dusty nigga, period, fuck his dick too. Don't worry about the nigga dick. You see what I'm saying? That's my thing. Go ahead.
No. You hitting some points, man. My thing is that I feel like at what point, what's the conversation for? Is the conversation to move women to pick better men? Is the conversation to just embarrass black men?
Yo.
Like, what's the education premise behind the shit? Like, what's the narrative that's being promoted? And it's like I've also done a couple videos addressing Cynthia G, just asking, what's the narrative? Like, what's the end result? What's the end state? Are you saying that you want these dusty beta males to, you know, come to their senses and do right? Or are you saying that this is the education they need to do right? You know what I'm saying?
Rude.
See, that's what. Hold on one second, JV. What's up? How you doing, JV? Well, what I'm getting is that, man. What I'm getting is this. When you start giving these names, these emasculating names, right? Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that you expect for a man to do right for you, knowing that you can talk bad about him like that. Right. If a nigga's a dusty beta male coon, that's not a positive name for one, right? That's not a positive name. Right. That's not gonna make a man look at you and be like, you know what? Since you are calling me a dusty beta male coon, man, you know what? I'm gonna fucking work harder for your ass. See, I think a lot of these women try to use this football coach, this army drill sergeant approach with black men. But no, you have to really be a man to be on a man's ass like that. You can't be a man's not attracted to another man like that. You see what I'm saying? So you can hear your coach telling you, get your ass on the goddamn ground. Move, you slow motherfucker. Get your ass up. Move. See, we can deal with another man because, like, we're not trying to fuck that man. We're talking about somebody who we trying to build something with. It ain't gonna be okay for a man to listen to a woman call you all out your name and shit and try to disparage you and belittle you, and yet you want to work harder for her. And she's not even trying to put the same type of work in too. Because if that was the case, it wouldn't be no need for her to say anything to you. You both would be putting in work. No different if you take your girl to the goddamn gym and y'all both on a treadmill together, you both on a bench press together, you guys running a track together, right? It's no need for you to talk to her crazy or she talk to you crazy. Y'all both put in the same type of work. You're both motivated. You see what I'm saying? So who's telling these women that y'all got this type of rank and authority over men to where now you are the ones who can tell a man when he's been a dusty beta male coon, when he's not building and why he's on his ass and shit? Okay, well, how about you do some shit as a woman, since you don't need a goddamn man, you do some shit, right? You build yourself up and make a man look bad then. Show a man that, hey, if I'm a woman, if I can do this shit, well, goddamn it, you niggas can't do this shit too? I remember this. I remember when I first got my first tattoo back when I was like 18, 19 years old. I was one of them times I got my first tattoo. And I remember me and my cousin, we all went. And my cousin, he didn't really want to get the tattoo. But my other little homeboy said, look, bro, these motherfucking chicks be getting tattoos. Nigga, you can get a tattoo. They can get tattoos. That's what made him get the tattoo. So that's what I'm saying with these women, though, all right? If the women are so-called can do much better than men, right? I'm not in competition with a woman. But if you can do way more better than a man, well, how about you outdo a man to make a man look stupid? Because you call him a goddamn name, it's not going to make him do a damn thing for you. All right?
Listen, again, some great points.
Can I hey,
oh yeah, go ahead,
LJ. I didn't want to interrupt y'all, but I only had but so long.
No doubt.
And all right, give me a second.
All right.
No doubt. Hey man, happy Friday to y'all, man.
Oh, same to you, dog. Same to you.
Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. What I just wanted to say, and you know, I was trolling you a little bit in the chat, is this is kind of, when it comes to her, it's kind of like the situation we were talking about last night about how there's a lack of authenticity, right, on YouTube. And I think we need to realize or recognize when there are people whose channel is for entertainment purposes. Like, I hear what Mario is saying, like, what is the end result? There is no end result. It's a shit talking channel. That's what it is, right? Yeah. Just like how that's why I said there are extremes on both ends, right? There's her channel, it's kind of extreme, and then you have other male channels that are very extreme, and they both talk shit about each other. And that's what they're doing. There is no end goal. There is no education. There is no goal to try to build between Black men and Black women. There's no information that you can take and apply it to your everyday life. There's nothing there, like at all. And I think sometimes because the content creator isn't very clear that they're just talking shit on their platform, when people first hear everything, they're like, what is this? Like, what are you trying to do? So they like are giving consistent pushback when the truth is this person, like, it's just bullshit. There is no end goal. And that's why I wanted to point out that even her actions on YouTube contradicts her own content. Yeah. So when somebody is a walking contradiction, I mean, it's like blatantly in your face, then you know it's nonsense. It's nonsense. You know, so I think it's really that game that we were talking about last night, Rude, on your panel.
True.
It's to sensationalize, you know, a talking point that is extreme, and it plays into some of the anger or some bitterness and people who just want that shock value. It just plays into that. But there is no end goal. There's nothing. Like think about it. What information is coming from channels like that you can apply in your everyday life that will better you or better your relationship?
True.
Like nothing.
I don't think it's going to better the relationship. What I think is going to cause a lot more people not to be realistic in their relationship. If you already a weak-minded person and you have Cynthia G, which I believe to a certain extent, the way she articulates certain things and she points out certain narratives, it is going to cause men and women a bigger division. Just like you said, it's not just Cynthia G, it's other content creators that do the same thing. But for those women, let's say my girl is listening to Cynthia G and she has all these nicknames. Of course, I wouldn't tolerate that. I don't know no real alpha male that would. But if she encourages you, hey, you know what I'm saying, you could do way better than him. If you're having an argument, you know what I'm saying, fuck him, go get you a new man. He a beta anyway. Like if you're not encouraging positive communication, you're not encouraging realistic turnarounds. Like if you guys have a fight, realistic, hey, cool off, come back and y'all have a conversation. If it's just I'm gonna have a fuckery channel, then I think that it's her obligation to make sure that she provides that narrative. And like, look, this is just for shits and giggles, but it doesn't come across like that to me. It comes across like on YouTube, she believes that. But again, like you said, the narrative off of YouTube based on her actions is totally different.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying the narrative on the actions on YouTube is totally different. I know for a fact that she's co-signing a homosexual crackhead right now. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I gotta be showing my face to laughing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying the actions right here in your face is contradictory. Yep. But what I'm saying, is she in a relationship advice right now? I hope not. But that would be insane if she was. But the thing is, I mean, there are dusty people. I was just talking about dusty women and dusty men on my last live stream. But that's just basically to draw a separation between people who operate with higher standards and people that move around with no morals and no standards whatsoever. And when you start trying to mix the people in, that's when things become bad, right?
Maybe.
So I think that one, people need to recognize that is not a relationship channel. I don't know why anybody would want advice from somebody who has already shown that they can't really make good decisions relationship wise. Like, I don't know what people see that would make them think they could take relationship advice from that channel, but there are some healthy relationship channels. These content creators, they're not gonna straight up tell you everything I'm saying is bullshit. I don't even believe in what I'm saying. They're not gonna tell you that, because you gotta remember, it's a money grab as well. There's money involved. And that's why that conversation we had yesterday, Rude, was such a good conversation, because people need to remember, when you're watching certain YouTubers, for some of them, it is a money grab. So they have to bring the shock value. They have to sensationalize stuff. They have to be extreme if they see that's where they can make money. Now, there's other ways to make money on YouTube, but for some people, that is the niche that they believe they are talented in. And their audience size and whatever donations they get, it proves that they're talented in that niche. But the niche is straight bullshit.
Yeah. Straight bullshit. I'm glad you're saying that, JV. Like I say, it made good sense when you said that she's co-signing a straight homosexual,
crackhead.
Snip nut, panhandling goat on this motherfucker, man. So, like, I mean, goddamn, like, you can't call that part out. So you're right. We already got this alleged, you know, you got a baby for another dusty beta male coon nigga on this bitch. So
plantation
like
buck.
plantation buck
From
ass
what I
breeding.
understand, she and the first baby mama was pregnant at the same time. I mean, you can't get dustier than this nonsense. And I was privy to a conversation.
Damn.
I had a live stream, and the live stream ended, and there was a girl on my stream. And you remember when we used to go live on Hangouts?
Yeah.
And when the live stream ended, the chick was like, "Yo, Sin, I want to tell you something. I just found out that you might be preggo from this dude. Well, I want you to know that I was just sleeping with this dude when I was back in the States." And I was like, what the hell is going on? Oh my God. I was so confused, bro.
That shit, that's some dysfunction right there, man. You talking about, hold up, JV, hold up. That's some dysfunctional shit. I don't even get involved in shit like that.
Listen,
that's
I
wild.
wasn't planning, like literally, Rude. You know, I had very few panels on my channel last year, and I just had a random panel, and this was a chick who had never been on my panel before, and it just so happened that she was on the panel too, and then it ends. I'm not even talking, and this chick is confronting her about sleeping with her baby daddy.
God damn.
In the bullshit. I just.
God damn, man.
I was just a fly on the wall at that point.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Go ahead, Mario. You got it, man.
I was about to say, JV said some things in her last statement that I thought was pretty dope, because she said that I address dusty females and dusty males. I appreciate anybody channel that provides balance. I think that that's something that just being a human being, man, that you can appreciate, you can salute, you can say, you know what, I keep it straight. It's all about facts to me. It's all about goddamn keeping the shit equal. I love to hear that right there, because that means that, you know, if my children happen to run across your channel, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, she getting on everybody. She letting everybody have it. To me, I love that shit. I don't want to, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want to wage war against black women. I don't want to wage war against black men. Now, if I need to talk about something, if I need to provide some tough love, then I'm going to do that. But I don't want to say all black men and all black women, because that's unfair to black women and black men. It's a lot of shit going on. I'm guessing y'all heard about the Moultrie thing and, you know, Nipsey Hussle and Pop Smoke. Like, it's a lot of shit going on that, to me, black on black crime is huge, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about that shit. I don't know why. Cynthia G, I ain't hear her say nothing about it. So I'm just trying to figure out, why is it that there are not more prevalent conversations or narratives that we could be promoting? Like, hey, black men, stop killing each other. We talk about Dusties. We done gave everybody nicknames, but can we talk about something that's more relevant, that's going to bring our communities together? That's my
because what you saying is too positive, man. Understand, dog? Like, if it's no killing, there's nothing to be talked about, right? At this point, not on YouTube. Like, if nigga ain't killing each other, if motherfuckers ain't doing no dusty shit, no cheating, no scandal, then how in the fuck can we have any content? We talking about black YouTube. How can black YouTube have any content to speak on when it's everything is positive? Like, we can clearly see with these live streams, when people are really talking about some real positive shit, don't nobody want to tune in with that, because it's like, nigga, all right, we supposed to be positive, but goddamn, what about the negative shit every now and then, bro? We need to hear the negative shit. We want to see the fuckery, right? The fuckery is just more entertaining, just what it is, right? We can't go against that. There's no way like you can make positive more entertaining than negative shit. You just can't do it. So what I'm saying, if nobody's getting killed, if it's nobody's getting cheated on, if it's no any type of abuse, any type of a scandal and shit like that, bro, then what would Cynthia G be able to talk about, though, man? Like she's not considered to be a positive person. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Mario. I mean, JV, go ahead.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I was
Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely, the fuckery does better than the positivity, especially in the space of black YouTube, with the exception to like the DIY sectors and the beauty industry sectors of black YouTube. But the fuckery does more than the positivity. The same people who complain about the fuckery doing better than the positivity, they be rolling deep in the fuckery streams. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you see them fall back when you're doing something positive. That is something that is like well known across Black YouTube. I love positive channels, but I noticed that everything positive has a slower buildup.
Mhm.
Anything positive. And if you start talking about Black on Black crime, Black people will call you a coon. Anyway, that's what they'll do. They'll call you a coon for talking about Black on Black crime. They'll call you a coon for talking about how men handle each other without any patience on the streets. Like they'll just start calling you a coon. And that just tells you a lot about the psyche of our people. Like it's like our people, it's you have to work harder to find a tribe of Black people that want to support positivity in mass numbers. It is so easy to pull a tribe of Black people that loves fuckery.
Yeah.
No doubt. You hit the nail on the head. My thing about it is, isn't that the tougher conversation? I mean, when you say, hey, shit, it's hard to find people that want to talk about building their communities up. And I don't consider myself to be a pro-Black, not at all. But the fact of the matter is, you got shit that's going on around you, and people saying we're more interested in hearing who got doxxed this year, or goddamn it, somebody being a pedophile, or whatever the fucking case may be. What make up some shit. But the fact of the matter is, it's like, at what point in time do you get serious? Like, at what point in time does the YouTube street say, this is something we all need to talk about because this is something that's really affecting our fucking daily lives? Like, at what point, at what date, motherfucker? Is it goddamn today, tomorrow? When do we get serious about saying, let's talk about the topics that really matter?
When a catastrophe happened, when a natural disaster happened, man, like normally, like some Hurricane Katrina type shit, Hurricane Harvey type shit, bro. That's when people come together. It got to be something like that. We talking about if everybody got their everyday life, everybody's pretty much able to go to and from work. You know, you can go to the grocery store, they can go to the mall, they can go really pay their bills and shit. Nothing really is threatening their lifestyle, right? Well, you're going to keep seeing the same shit you've been seeing. It has to happen. It's only going to happen when you see, like I say, somebody that lost their home and shit. Folks do come together. I will give Black people credit for that. When somebody get done wrong and somebody, you know, have been destituted of some shit, you best believe Black folks do come together for that. If somebody's really sick and shut in, folks will break bread for that, bro. I think that's what we build bonds in you know, when it comes down to something that's negative that happened. We're talking about like somebody's plight, like somebody going through some shit. We build bonds and shit. Like the struggle. You got to go through a struggle. You understand me? To get Black folks to be on one accord. We understand that. It's no different. It's no different when everybody, like, we all go to a funeral and everybody know how to behave at the goddamn funeral. For some reason, like, we know how to act accordingly in the funeral because somebody done died and shit. Everybody give praise to somebody who's dead. It's so, like, when it comes down to shit like that, Black folks come together. But if you just saying, you know, you living good, I'm living good, JV living good, everybody just, you know, don't really need nobody right now, bro. No, it's going to be some fuckery going on because that is what Black people do, man. I don't think we're going to ever rise above that shit. It could sound disappointing, but I think that's just the part of Black people's culture. It's to have fuckery nigga shit, and then we all can prove that how we can out nigga the other nigga and shit. You understand me?
You know what, Rude? And this will be real quick. What you just said is so on point. I've always said, like, when it comes to Black people, and I'm talking about the whole diaspora. I don't even care where you're located on the planet. I don't know if this is something the colonizer instilled in our goddamn genetics at some point, but when it comes to Black people, it seems like we perform at our best when our backs are against the wall.
Yeah.
That's when we perform at our best. Because even when you look at, and I'll just go back to the Haitian Revolution, they didn't crank up until an average slave had a 7-year life expectancy. It took for Black people to see, slaves are dying, like literally at seven years, you're on these camps, you're gone. It was at that level of desperation did we see a nation of Black people organize and strategically come up with a solution to get that man off their backs. And that's just another example. And there's so many other examples that proves we perform at our best when our backs are against the wall. As soon as we have a level of comfortability, and even when that level of comfort is so disproportionate to other groups, it doesn't even matter. As long as we're comfortable a little bit, it's like we don't care about each other.
And that's the point I made, Mario and JV, a while back. I made a point when I said the reason why black people in America don't have no sense of urgency is because we feel like this is our home. Like we've been in this motherfucker generations, dog. Like we don't think that we're not refugees, we're not immigrants, nothing like that. So I know that if we were to be in another country, like in China, we would band together and come together and be real strong and shit, right? I know it for a fact. And to speak to what JV was saying, the reason why black men and women can perform when our backs against the wall, if you look at basketball and football, right? I like to equate things to sports because I want you to see in real time how men and women perform, black men and black women perform when they under duress, when they are stressed. It's like I've seen many wide receivers catch passes when they was double covered. Or when somebody was hanging on their ass, dog, compared to a nigga just having just a free, like he just really by himself. I done seen a few guys drop the goddamn ball when he was wide the fuck open. I've seen guys, I know you've seen this shit too, Mario. You've seen guys miss wide open dunks in basketball, but have dunked on niggas. Done dunked on 2 and 3 goddamn people. Like, just think about this shit. Like, what they tell you about what black men and women can do if we really can put our mind to it and put away, like, pretty much stop believing that bad things is just for us, and we can understand that good things can be for us, dog. That wide open pass, nigga, it was for you to catch that pass, dog. Because nigga, don't think that this too good to be true. Because it was good for you to catch that wide open pass or that wide open dunk, man. It's like we get scared, like we so nervous and thinking like, you know what? Damn, motherfucker gave me this shit for free. Like, what the fuck do I have to give up for this? Hold on, this motherfucker like I got a wide open catch. Like this is for me. Yeah. Motherfucker don't believe that good things are for you. As black people, that's what we're adding at. Go ahead, you got it.
Again, some great points, bro. I think that, you know what I'm saying, I think that's the narrative, man. You know what I'm saying? I was encouraged to start, because I left YouTube for a minute, but the fact of the matter is I was encouraged to start my channel back or whatever, and I was encouraged to say, you know what, if you want change, you have to be the change. You know what I'm saying? You have to promote the change, and I'm really hoping that I'm able to get black people that really want to say, let's have a tough conversation and let's talk about building together. I don't think that I need to live my best life as a black person under the worst conditions.
Yeah.
And I understand black YouTube, there's a certain narrative that's being promoted, but I also think that there's a lot of intelligent content creators. Like you got to be intelligent to think about some of the shit that I done heard in the past fucking couple months anyway, since I've been back. But the fact of the matter is, I really think that if we take our platforms and we say, hey, let's have the conversation in regards to reparations. Like, I truly believe that if America says we're going to give black people reparations, a lot of people who are not used to having that type of money or access to that type of money, they're going to blow their money.
True.
So is there a plan of actions? Are we going to give it to the local officials? Are we going to give it directly to the people like a stimulus check? Are we going to give it to the Senate, the Congress? Like, what's the plan if we get this money? And I don't hear a conversation about that. So I'm just saying, to me, I feel like there are bigger conversations than me hating Rue and Rue hating Mario. Yeah. Like, I just think that there's bigger conversations, bro.
Nah, you're right, man. It is supposed to be at this point in our life. The fact that we've been adults for, well over 15 years and shit at this point, right? Yo, the conversations, the way we conduct ourselves is supposed to be way bigger, dog. But when I'm telling you, when it comes down to our people, we major in the minors, dog. We stuck on small shit. It's like, I don't know, man. I would say, I mean, I can't even say it goes back to our grandparents and shit, because they was way better than us, dog. They way better off, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think, I always said this, that us being called African Americans was slowing down our progress too, because we're not from the land of Africa, and therefore we know African people don't even fuck with us like that. To where we represent them and they don't even represent us like that. So it's like that's confusing us too. But what I'm saying, it goes back to, indoctrination, these institutions, stuff like that, right? That black people are taught to not believe in themselves. That's why the real conversation cannot be had. This is the reason why the fuckery, this is the reason why the gender war on YouTube is what you see now. Is because somebody came and told black women that they was better than their goddamn man. Somebody told black men that you ain't got to necessarily deal with your kids like that. Fuck your kids and shit. You know what I mean? Nigga, the community, nigga, the community and all that kind of shit. See, people coming in saying this type of shit. They coming in whispering this kind of shit in your ear, and the shit sounds good and it feels good because it feels like it's a sigh of relief. Like, are you serious? I ain't got to worry about my kids. Damn, hold on. You tell a black woman, you ain't got to worry about this nigga. Fuck this nigga. You don't need a man. Are you for real? I really can live life and don't need a man. See, that's the kind of shit. That's how we was raised up. That's how we was brought up on some shit like that. It's to go against what's good for the goddamn people, for your community, for your people. Niggas don't want to fuck with single mothers because you didn't follow this kid type shit. You want to look out for a kid because he's not your kid type shit. See, where in the fuck did we get this train of thought? Why do we continue to have this train of thought? And like I say, when it comes down to YouTube, this is the biggest platform in the world. Won't we just really just keep the conversation where it need to be kept, which is simply us building as a people, us building each other up and encourage each other, not tearing nobody down with that goofy shit, man.
That shit that you just said to me, the last thing was the reason why I had to reset, work on my master's degree, and just kind of come back to YouTube or whatever. That's a perfect outlet. Like, why the fuck is it so difficult for black men and women to say, what are we doing to build up each other instead of tearing each other down? I don't give a fuck what individual you've had an issue with. I don't care, you know, what you could have been something like, hey, shit, you could have been an alcoholic last year. This year, you okay. You understand what I'm saying? You could have been out of a job last year or homeless last year. This year, you okay. What are we doing now to move forward? And to me, that's what I'm about, man. I'm about trying to empower people and trying to have conversations that's going to empower people. So I definitely agree to you. I think that black people are bred to not be as confident, you know what I'm saying, as they should be in themselves. But that's where those role models, protectors, and providers come in and say, look, let me encourage you. Let me push you forward so you can put some points on the board when it comes to this world.
And you know, so crazy, Mario, man, since you said that, right, we talking about just based on the bigger content creators, right? Like, you don't hear, since these big people got these big old followings, right, to get these thousands of views when they go live and shit. I'm just asking myself, I'm gonna ask you, why these guys now, why they not switching the message and say, you know what, if I can get 1,000, 2,000 people watching me, well, goddamn, it's gonna be my time to show how much I appreciate black women or black men, and eventually we need to put this shit to the side of this back and forth, this beef between men and women and shit, and look at the greater whole and realize that we are in last place as a collective. Like, we both are losing, nigga. None of us really are winning. A degree does not make you a winner over your man or vice versa over your woman, dog. Over the children. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got these Tommy Sotomayers, these Cynthia G's, these goddamn Tariq Nasheeds, these motherfuckers. I mean, and even as these guys you may not even know of who can get 1,000 people watching them. It's like, okay, well, when do you switch the message now over? Since you got your people following you, they heard you when you was disparaging men and disparaging women. Now they will still hear you when you encourage the man and you encourage the woman, encourage the child. They not gonna all of a sudden just drop off because they so here for your talking shit about your people like that. No, you're gonna still have thousands of people watching you. And if they don't watch you like that, bro, they gonna know of you. And now they got to say, now Tommy Sotomayor, now he's encouraging black women and to do better. He want black women to do better. See what I'm saying? They're like, now it's gonna be the word around YouTube is gonna be Tommy Sotomayor is trying to empower the black community. He ain't just laughing and kicking at niggas getting killed, at black women getting beat up, at black women getting killed. See, he ain't laughing at this shit no more. He ain't calling them hair hats no more. Or BT 1000. Now he's really trying to put these women on some goddamn money. He putting these men on some goddamn money. He's teaching them shit on how they gonna pass down generational wealth and shit to their kids and grandkids. Well, now Tommy Sotomayor done goddamn change on you niggas. And he did a goddamn good change. Why won't these niggas now change the message now since you now have gotten your following and your fan base? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I think it's two things, you know what I'm saying? It's only right that I do address certain things. One, I think just like JV said, it's the niche that you found that is successful, that is bringing that monetary value in. It's like, hey, if I change it up, I may lose this following. I think that my concept was, especially when I first was really serious about jumping on YouTube, was reaching out to the bigger content creators and then asking them about balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Saying, hey, won't you switch up the flow a little bit or whatever? And it was kind of rocky and shaky. And it was somebody on a smaller YouTube channel or whatever, and they kind of hit me up on the back end and was saying, you know, you can't ask someone to change up a platform when they're winning? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine walking up to Jordan saying, change your shit up? Kobe walking up to Kobe saying, change your shit up. LeBron James, change your shit up. If I'm making a shot, why am I changing it up? If I'm winning, I'm scoring, I'm putting the points on the board, why are you even talking to me? You see what I'm saying? Who are you to talk to me and tell me to change my platform? So I was like, you know what? Let me rethink my strategy. The change that I want to see, I have to be myself. You know what I'm saying? But I really do feel like smaller YouTubers, when they have an opportunity to reach out to bigger YouTubers, there's a way to do it. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't know how to do it, you know what I'm saying, the correct way, then you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Because me personally, especially with the Tommy Sotomayor's and all of the bigger YouTubers or whatever, me personally, I'm like, shit, you a man, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Let's just talk. But I think that, you know what I'm saying, based on how I came into YouTube or how I was presented to YouTube, I think that it came from a bad light or a bad energy. So me personally, I think that all the big YouTubers or whatever, salute to y'all that have those big platforms, and hopefully they do provide that balance. Hopefully, you know, they hear messages where it's just like, man, we got love, we got admiration and respect for y'all or whatever, but we really just trying to build our people. We really just want, you know what I'm saying, our women to be happy with us as black men and vice versa or whatever. So if you do have that power, hopefully it's someone within your formation, someone within your chat room, a moderator or something that says, hey, won't you try to do something like this that will actually encourage more of a positive message. But however you make your money, that's how you make your money. It doesn't affect me and my family at the end of the day. So, you know, it's love and respect.
That was on it, not a single fucking one. Check them. This plan is exclusive to black people. So I find it offensive that despite the fact that Ice Cube didn't even mention nothing exclusive for black men, here you are trying to come up with something exclusive for black women. So y'all be damned. You want me to build the fucking castle and then hand you the keys and tell you can run roughshod through this? Man, fuck that. That ain't happening. You take that shit and bring that bullshit to somebody else. You're not bringing that over here. But this is essentially what she did. And instead of Ice Cube quickly checking that and saying, hold the fuck up, because I didn't mention anything in this plan exclusive to black men. This is for black people. You are not going to alter my fucking plan. You're not doing that because I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Furthermore, you are not even a black woman. And then will furthermore let you know that this bimbo had no intentions on fucking trying to have a reasonable discussion and trying to improve the plan. When he said, okay, well, you can write stuff down and give me some ideas, she said, nah, I'm not doing that. That's your plan. You should have came up with it. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hold up. And see, this is what I'm telling you, black men. I told you black men this before. If you build it, they will follow. I told you this. But when you build it, you don't sit here negotiating with them. I'm not here to negotiate with you. Get the fuck out of here. This is my plan. I come up with what needs to go in this plan and what doesn't. You want to come up with your own fucking plan, you do that. Don't come over here and try to alter my shit so it fits your fucking agenda. Fuck you. But this is essentially what she attempted to do. Why? Because she was never there to solve problems. She was only there to cause distractions. And this is what I mean when I say you are that express train running on a local track. Wait a second, how did you get your switches lined up for the local track? The dispatcher, I ain't lined you up for that. I lined you up for the express track. So that means you manually went out there and threw switches so you could get on the local track. Wait a second, why are you over here picking up people at local stations? Now when you got a shit fest on your fucking train and people causing chaos and fights and people getting drunk and throwing up all over the goddamn place, this is the reason why that is, because you should not have been there. You should never have been there in the first place. It's just like a fucking, when you deal with MTA and they got two different divisions of buses. They have their coach buses, which only do express bus runs into the city. They don't stop everywhere. And you got to pay more to get on those goddamn buses. And then you have the local buses that get every fucking person under the sun to get on those goddamn buses. And what happens? Those buses typically stink. They're disgusting. You don't want to ride them. But the express buses, listen, even if you have a nice car, you don't mind getting on an express bus. Why? Because you know the bus is fucking comfortable. You can always get a goddamn seat. But see, knowing your fucking route and knowing what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, you don't have that problem with that crowd getting on your fucking bus. And this is exactly what you did, Ice Cube. Once again, you are that express train or that express bus, coach class. You're not supposed to stop everywhere. Why are you at these locations? See, a focused black man would not even find himself in a situation where he's being lectured by a bunch of goddamn females. It's not happening. It's not. And the fact that this brother couldn't pick up on this and quickly shut that shit down. Listen, I would love to sit down and have a one-on-one discussion with Ice Cube. Listen, man, brother, you need to get focused. Because you're going all over the goddamn place. Listen, man, you got a simple route in front of you. A simple route. Just drive this agenda home. Just keep pushing it out there. And listen, we don't expect you to run it all the way. At some point, you're going to dock that train at the station, and another engineer is going to get in there, and they're going to run that fucking train. That's how it's going to go. So you ain't got to worry about carrying the full load. We got other engineers waiting to jump on board. Just get to your location, but do not stop everywhere and entertain foolishness. And this is the problem. This is why you don't include every goddamn body. When it comes down to making a sound, simple agenda, you come up with something that's going to benefit black people. You get only a sound group of solid fucking focused people, a small group, and that's it. Nobody else can get involved with this. Why? Because if we get too many people involved, this is going to get squandered. It's going to become a joke. It's just like Malcolm X said, listen, when it comes down to getting the black agenda involved, leave your religion home, leave your personal beliefs home. Let's just align ourselves when it comes down to this agenda. Because if we start talking about religion and everything else, before you know it, the agenda, it becomes watered down. And we're no longer focusing on the black agenda. We're talking about who understands the Quran better and the Most High versus Yahshua and all this other stupid shit that has nothing to do with nothing. You have successfully deviated the conversation. This is the problem. I told you black men this. This is also another reason why I tell you Negroes, stop finding yourselves on panels debating people like the likes of a Cynthia G, following all these. Stop. I see this shit too many times. You Negroes calling into their goddamn, I want to debate you, I want to have a discussion. When you see a Negro doing that, that's a Negro who is not focused. He doesn't have a sound fucking plan. Because if you have a sound plan, you won't even find yourself. Like I said, you're that express train. Okay? As a matter of fact, your train won't even come close to that platform because you're on the express track. So she's waving at you from the fucking platform. You 2 tracks down across that platform. I'm not stopping. I won't even toot the fucking horn for you. Why? Because I have a focused agenda. I'm not here to stop for you. I'm not here to debate you. I'm not here to listen to your silly arguments and your goofy reference points. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, you black men, they building that. You ain't done. Okay, cool. We got an agenda. That's where this train is heading toward. All right? Toward black empowerment. We ain't wasting our time stopping to entertain your fucking foolishness. When it's built, we know who is with us and who is against us. Because the fact of the matter is this. Listen, I guarantee you these hoes who are running around talking this stupid shit, you black men, they build nothing. We don't shoot any exclusive black women. If Ice Cube would have put forth his contract for Black America, black women would have no problem reaping the benefits of that. Collecting their check. If he were to get reparations for black people, guess what? These hoes ain't gonna be complaining when they got their reparations check and they spending it on Louis Vuitton purses and a bunch of dumb shit. I'm telling you, black men, at some point or another, you Negroes need to get fucking serious. And you need to learn how to get focused and stop wasting your time with things that don't matter. When it comes down to pushing an agenda, you don't need everybody on board with it. And if you're going to get people on board, you got to quickly know who's on your side and who's trying to deviate. And when you come across, once you could quickly differentiate that, see a Negro who has good analytical skills would have seen this and he would have dismissed that shit. Listen, you know what? I tried this. I'm done wasting my time with y'all. I see where this is going. This is a complete waste of time. Y'all can argue amongst yourselves. I'm not arguing with you hoes. Y'all do that by yourself. That's just what that is. An alpha male understands this. Even if it means, okay, there's some people you personally know, like, what's it, Lisa Ray? He was cool with her. They made the Players Club together. But listen, an alpha male knows, listen, at the end of the damn day, you can be upset. You can be offended. I don't care. I'm not here trying to impress women. I'm not here trying to get your approval. That's not what my agenda is. I know where this train is going. Okay? I got other engineers once I get into that terminal who are going to jump on board this engine and take over because I'm going to be tired. So I'm going to need a break. I'm going to need to sit down and have my coffee, use the bathroom, have a little food. But I'm going to be tired. All right? But that's how this is going to go down. So I need a sound group of focused people who understand this. And what furthermore lets me know that you Negroes don't understand not only optics, but you lack analytical skills and you don't know how to analyze the environment around you, is when you look at what black men's priorities are. There's a location that I pass by on a daily basis, and I notice you can get black men to come together, to get down on their knees, bow down, and pray. And I say, that's pretty odd to me. To the point where they got fucking cars double parked, lined up around the block, all to get down on their knees and fucking pray. Something that has produced no tangibles ever. But this is what you could get black men to do. You can also get black men to sit around on these programs where these Negroes are sitting around talking about high value men. And what do you ladies need to do to get a high value man? Before I get into that, let me just say this much. Because I do understand that just back over the summer, a couple of months ago, that Crystal and Carrison called into this one Kevin Samuels show. All right. Now, one thing about Crystal and Carrison, people have not really been talking about her like that. She's kind of fallen somewhat into obscurity. No, she's not. She doesn't hold the same relevance she held 2 or 3 years ago. Let me crack this window open for a second. And I told you black men how this works. So even the same group of females who are hashtag divested, supposedly married off to white guys, why do they find themselves on panels where you're at, looking to get your attention, calling into a Kevin Samuels show? And anybody who has watched the Kevin Samuels program knows how he speaks to women. So why would a Crystal Carrison find herself there? I'll tell you why. Because if for 1 second these females think that you have something to offer, doesn't matter how much they talk about they're going to divest from you, they're going to find themselves right back in your faces trying to seek you Negroes out. I've told you this. I've told you if you build it, women will follow. It is just that fucking simple. So now let me leave you with this here. Because this talk about this high value man bullshit, I really need you Negroes to come up off that stupid shit. I mean, here's the deal. Black men are the last group of men on the face of the planet that should ever be classifying themselves as high value men. Now, a lot of you Negroes think just because you can put on a damn suit and tie in your goofy ass, sit down in a fucking video with some soft music, lighting candles, that somehow makes you a high value man. No, most of you niggas are fucking clowns. Y'all look fucking stupid. And this is the problem what I'm going to warn the younger generation of black men about. Is you're going to have a lot of these older, washed up Negroes who have the same mindset. And Kevin Samuels is one of them. And listen, man, I first caught on to Crystal and Carrison calling into his program when David Carroll sent me a link and a timestamp of what to look at and what to look for. This is a while ago. I thought I was going to make a video on it at that time. I said, you know what? I'm too busy, didn't have time to do it. And on top of that, Crystal and Carrison is irrelevant. I don't got no reason to even waste my time really going in on that. But as far as that's concerned, I haven't looked at anything of Kevin Samuels prior to that. Even though every now and again his stuff will come up on my timeline, I just never found a reason to look at it. High value men this and high value men that. Okay, it just sounds stupid to me at this point in time. So after that happened, I said, let me just listen to a couple of this man's videos and see what he's talking about. And when I listened to his videos, there was something that he said in there that really made me think, okay, this is the problem that we have in black society. Because a Negro like him thinks he's a high value man when he can sit down lecturing a bunch of overweight, out of shape females. Oh, if you want to get a high value man, your weight need to be 119, 115, your weight index to your body. And man, get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. This is some of the dumbest fucking shit. I mean, in 2020, this is what you stupid ass niggas are on? Dumb shit like this? Lecturing females about them being overweight. Nigga, are you serious? But see, a lot of you clown, goofy ass niggas will sit back and listen to this stupid shit and don't see nothing wrong with it. But what the fuck makes you a high value man? The fact that you can sit here waving your hand in the face of some fat, morbidly obese females? Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That shit sounds stupid. And let me make this perfectly clear. I don't want nobody coming along to my comment thread and say, oh, what you doing? You caping for them? No, not for one damn second. What I'm saying is you niggas have no fucking focus. And to think that your focus would be on this shit right now in 2020, because as high value as you might think that you are, because your goofy ass can put on a goddamn suit and tie, and you have many, listen, let me just say this much. I'm not downing anybody for wearing a suit and tie. You want to wear a suit and tie, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't make you a high value man. It doesn't. And a lot of you Negroes think, well, I'm a high value man because I got money. I got resources. Okay, you're still not a high value man. Let me tell you why. Because at any given time, somebody can come along of another group and strip you of your money and your resources and decide to cage you if they really want to. They're doing it right now. You don't believe me? Bill Cosby is a prominent example. A prominent example. And listen, let me make this perfectly clear. I don't have a problem with black men who have money. That's what you should aspire to have. Money, wealth, and resources. That's what you should want. But the problem that I have with the mind frames of a Kevin Samuels is simple. Because he mentioned something and said, well, you know, when you younger black men say, well, what have you done for us? Why should we do anything for you? We ain't got to do nothing for you. You never respected us. Hold the fuck up. Hold on, man. Hold on. You see, you niggas are the only ones who think like this on some asinine, stupid shit like this. No other race of people in the world function like this. Except you black men. We ain't got to do nothing for you. Well, black people as a collective function like this. But like I said, this video is toward black men. But y'all the only ones who run around thinking like this and wonder why you don't have control over nothing. So once again, I need you niggas to reevaluate what the fuck you're saying when you sit up here talking about a high value man because your silly ass can put on a goddamn suit and tie. That doesn't make you high value. Because if that was the case, Bill Cosby, why is his black ass sitting in prison right now? Just think about it. When the whole pandemic, the height of the pandemic hit, they were releasing violent criminals. Because of what? They were concerned for their safety. So they would rather let a savage out in the street. They let fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine out. Bill Cosby, who is not only a senior citizen, but one who is legally blind, furthermore, needs an assistant just to get around. This man is a threat to nobody. Why can't you release this man? But where is he sitting right now? He's still sitting in prison. And oh yeah, he's going to serve at a bare minimum 3 years. Now, many of you might respect Bill Cosby. I respect Bill Cosby, but to a certain level, I got to back off of some of that respect. Why? Because Bill Cosby had no problem sticking his hands in the faces of other black men, saying that we were the goddamn problem. You can have anything you want in this country as long as you're willing to work hard for it. He was known as America's dad, and this is what he said, because Bill Cosby was one of these Negroes who thought shit was sweet, that it couldn't happen to him. And lo and behold, what happened? 30-year-old allegations came back to bite him in the ass. And they literally rewritten laws so they can lock his black ass up. With all the money he had, he could not keep his black ass from going to prison. That didn't stop him. With all the money. And you want to know the reason why that is? The same way with the Black Wall Street. Even though I believe they were pretty successful with the Black Wall Street, it was a matter of having tangibles. And hey, this is a legitimate thing to have. But the Black Wall Street fell. Why was that? Why? And at least back in those days, those brothers actually thought about building with one another. They just didn't have every piece of the puzzle together. If they had all the pieces of the puzzle together, the Black Wall Street might still have survived. But you niggas to this day and age right now, no, y'all don't care to build with other black men. So when I sit back and I listen to a goofy ass Kevin Samuels sitting in a fucking YouTube video, I ain't got to build with y'all, why we got to do anything for y'all? But the only thing you want to be able to do is lecture fucking black women and stick your finger in their fucking faces, which at any given time, if you marry one of these females, or if you, not just black women, any fucking woman, you get into a relationship, you have a sexual relationship with one of these goddamn females, at any given time, they can lump you up with rape allegations, and before you know it, your black ass is going to jail. How high value are you then? You realize you just like every other fucking nigga. Just like Bill Cosby found out the hard way, sitting his black ass in prison right now. You're just like anybody else. As quickly as they can strip my black ass of whatever it is that I have and lock my ass up is the same way they can do to you. Why is that? Why? I'll tell you why. It's because of people with the Kevin Samuels mindset, who don't think that they need to link up with other like-minded black men and form an establishment with themselves. They don't think they got to do that. They want to be lone wolves. And a lot of you Negroes, let me go ahead and make this perfectly clear. And what I'm about to say is going to piss a lot of y'all off, because I'm actually going to co-sign the talking points of a Cynthia G. And I hate that I even have to do that, but at this point in time, it's true. And if this is what it takes to kick you Negroes in the ass and get y'all to do what the fuck y'all supposed to do instead of what y'all been doing, which has never worked, then so be it. But the fact of the matter is this: I understand now why you have a segment of black women who would rather fuck with the Pookie and Ray Ray before they fuck with you educated lames. I understand why. I understand why. It makes more sense to me now more than ever. Reason being, it's pretty goddamn simple. As a group of men, and this goes to you educated lames, as a group of men, of black men, you are supposed to establish a foundation for other like-minded black men. I'm not telling you to go out here and build for Pookie and Ray Ray, but establish something for other like-minded black men. I'm not telling you to go out here and build for black women who don't want you. I'm not saying that. But what you need to do is establish something for other like-minded, let me crack these windows open in this car, it's getting kind of hot. For other like-minded black men. You need to be looking for your protege. This is what Bill Cosby failed to do, and what a host of other black men have failed to do. Robert F. Smith being another one of them. You don't believe me? Robert F. Smith, a lot of you Negroes went ahead and praised his black ass. Oh man, you black women can't say nothing about us. Look at him, he's the richest black person in the country. Okay, I can respect him on his educational level. I can respect him for building a foundation for himself. But when you look at his Vista equities, if I'm not mistaken, there's no black partners involved with that company. They're all white. Furthermore, this man is married to a white woman. Furthermore, I told you the game that these Negroes run on y'all, because they want to buy your silence. They do absolutely nothing of any tangible resources for you, but they put a couple of you black men through college. Now listen, that's commendable, but that's a fucking tax write-off at a bare minimum. At a bare minimum. Because you got plenty of black people who are in college. I mean, if getting educated is what would solve the problems in black society, then listen, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Then black women should have been the main fucking gateway to closing the wealth gap if getting college education was the answer. That's not. It doesn't build wealth. It doesn't establish resources, but yet and still black women are the most enrolled in college, but yet they're worth of a net worth of $5 fucking. Makes sense out of that for me. This is where they stand. But yet you're going to tell me that fucking college education, no. See, once again, that is a bare minimum. And what he has done was buy your silence. Robert S. Smith, if you want to impress me, establish a coalition of other black men. You own a fucking company, a tech company. Show me that the face of your company and who runs that company are other black men, because this is what white men do all the goddamn time. They have no problem. They make no apologies, ifs, ands, or buts about it. They own a company. They let it be known, listen, we are the owners of this fucking company. When you see all white asses coming up in here with suits and ties on and polished shoes, hair slicked up and combed back to the side, and we walking around here, the most you hear is the clack of our shoes, fresh soles on the shoes, clean, hitting the damn floor. You know that this is our company. It's a bunch of white men running this shit. So since they can do this and they got no problem displaying this, at what point in time do you black men say the same thing? How does it look for you black men to own a tech company, and yet instead of putting other black men as your beneficiaries, as the ones who run this, a bunch of bald-headed Negroes suited and booted with fresh ties on and polished shoes? If you gonna put a suit and tie on for any fucking reason, that's the reason why you should put a goddamn suit and tie. Not to impress no fucking bitch. You see, you niggas got y'all fucking priorities all fucked up. So y'all running around here sitting in a goofy ass video putting on suits and ties thinking that makes you high value. No, you a goddamn clown. That's what the fuck y'all are. And when I sit back and I look at you niggas doing the shit y'all do, it lets me know you don't understand how power works. This is why you can look at a Robert F. Smith and give his black ass a pass. That is a Negro that I have no fucking respect for. But he put black men through college, right? That's a bare minimum. What have you done to establish resources for black society? But damn that, what have you done to create your protege? I want my company to be ran by people like me. Even if something happens to me and I can't run it, at least it'll stay in the hands of black men. This Negro hasn't done that. Most of you Negroes are so fucking stupid, y'all can't even look past the fact that he's got a white wife. And don't even see the fucking chess move that's been played on his black ass. I mean, y'all so damn dumb. Like I told y'all before, y'all have no analytical skills. This is why y'all look at that shit. Oh, man, he doing something for us. You see, this prove the swirl is wrong. You see all the 60 G's when all these women are saying what they say. How do you can't say that about us? Look, we got Robert F. Smith. That's a fucking bullshit fucking excuse. A weak-ass example. Because he's not doing anything collectively for black society to put black men in positions of power. He's not. He would rather give that position to white men, furthermore empowering their position in society, which is an embarrassment on you Negroes. That's where that shit really stands. And for that much, for those of you Negroes who applaud that dumb shit and think he's really getting something done because he has all the fucking money and he's the richest black man in the country and he's untouchable, guess what? He's currently under tax evasion. IRS is considering locking his black ass up. Chances are they probably will, because we know they love making examples out of wealthy black men. Don't believe me? I give you no better example than Bill Cosby. And if that wasn't an eye-opener to you Negroes, let me just turn the fucking car on and get the AC on. It is hot as hell in here. If that right there is not an example to you Negroes, I don't know what else I can say that will make heads or tails out of this shit for your black ass. I don't know what else. No, we're not going to have the heated seat on nor the heated steering wheel. It's funny because I'm sitting in my car right now and the outside temperature is reading at 34 degrees, which I don't think it is right now because the sun is beaming. But once the temperature drops below 39 degrees, the automatic heated steering wheel and seat comes on. And I turned the car on for the sole purpose of getting some air conditioning or some fresh air, and I got heat coming out of the heated seat. But anyhow, like I told y'all, he is currently under tax evasion. Now, of course, he has the money to pay off his taxes, or at least at the bare minimum, come up with a payment plan. But we know that's not how the IRS operates. They are eager to throw wealthy black men in prison. This happened to Wesley Snipes, about 10 years ago or more. Even though people came through saying, hey, we're willing to pay off the money for him, they said, fuck that now, we don't want his money, lock his black ass up. If you Negroes are not picking up on the signs and how easy it is for you to be stripped of your wealth and resources, I don't know what else I can tell you. And for a lot of y'all that fuck with people like Kevin Samuels who don't see the problem for what it really like, we ain't got to build nothing for black men, we ain't got to do no. You build because it protects you in the long run. That's why. That's why. But see, we've had a host of shucking and jiving, stepping fetching Negroes who think they're of high value, hold no power, they don't own nothing, they don't run nothing, and they damn sure don't control nothing, but they goofy ass think they can put on a suit and fucking tie, and all of a sudden they sitting up here talking down to black women. Oh, you some high value men, what you gonna do to get with us? Not a goddamn thing. You niggas is fucking cornballs. Bunch of goofy motherfuckers. You have no power over nothing. At any given time, somebody can strip you of your fucking resources, you dumb motherfuckers. At any given time, somebody can marginalize your black ass. But you Negroes are running around here thinking y'all high value. I mean, I've never seen a group of people so stupid in all my goddamn life. And this shit is embarrassing at this point in time that you have a group of men, no matter how many fucking examples play out in front of their fucking face, they can't see it for what it is. Let me tell you niggas something right now. Let me tell y'all something. I stated years ago that I am not a pro-black, nor will I ever be. And I stand behind that. I know the lane and the lot that I occupy. But if anybody would have asked, are you pro anything? What I would tell you is I am pro-black empowerment. I am 100% pro-black empowerment. Real tangibles. When I say black empowerment, I'm talking about to the point where you're not governed by somebody else's society. You govern and control your own fucking society. Nobody can come into your society and tell you how to run shit anymore. Get the hell out of here. You don't get no fucking say so. Why? This is our shit. So when you understand my mind frame and understand that that's what I ultimately want, and that's why I would back Ice Cube, I would defend him any day over these are the washed up Negroes who will sell out an entire group of people so they can have some goodies and gifts for themselves. I mean, listen, then you understand where I'm coming from when I'm sitting here going in on a clown like Kevin Samuels, classifying himself as a high value. None of you niggas is high value. None of you. Until you have the ability to stop white society from marginalizing you anytime they feel fit, you're not of high value. Ask Nick Cannon. The minute he says something about the Jewish community, they spanked his ass. That's exactly what happened. They put him out there on display. Get out there and start touting our culture and our religion and how great it is. And that's what he did. He went on fucking Twitter cheerleading like a little bitch. That's some hoe ass shit. That's what a pimp does to a fucking prostitute. This is the relationship you Negroes have, and I guarantee you Nick Cannon is one of the Negroes. I'm a high value man, okay, but you can be pimped out at any given time. You can be put out on a fucking strip to go make money at any given time because you such high value. No, high value is when you have full control over your shit and you can say whatever the fuck you want and say, yeah, I said that shit. The fuck you gonna do about it? That's what I thought, not a goddamn thing. You want to know who can classify themselves as a high value man regardless of what you think of his position? Kim Jong-un, the dictator of North Korea. He can classify himself as a high value man because what was it? The United States tried to get him to stop doing his nuclear program. He's still doing it. Guess what? Don't launch any more nuke. Don't do any more tests. Fuck that. I'm gonna do a test, and what the fuck you gonna do about it? I'm gonna launch a nuke and do a detonation just because I can. The fuck you gonna do about it? And we seen what the response was. Not a goddamn thing. So before you goofy ass niggas run around sitting here talking about being of high value because your silly ass can put on a goddamn suit and tie and then make a whole bunch of unrealistic goofy ass demand. You gotta be 5'4" and 119 pounds with a waist of this size and a cup size of man, shut the fuck up. You niggas sound fucking silly. Your focus is on everything else rather than black empowerment. And y'all sit here and y'all wonder why any other group of men can come ahead and usurp your stupid ass. And let me tell you a problem that I got with this Obsidian also. And I've mentioned this a while ago, a couple of years ago. And I mentioned at one point in time I was actually subscribed to him. I never had any dialogue with him, but I was subscribed to him and he had a level of respect from me. The reason being for that, because back in 2017, we know a list of these black women went ahead on a flagging spree trying to flag down every black man's channel. They mainly targeted Obsidian. Was it Sophia A. Nelson was talking about, you keep talking about me, you're going to have the men in black showing up to your house, the FBI, the CIA, all of these other people are going to show up and they're going to come deal with you. You're going to get some paper served. This is what she was saying. Despite the fact that this is an attorney, she's using big lawyer language, talking in big terms, the man still continue. I'm going to keep making content. Okay, you flag down one of my channels, I make 2 more in return. You flag down 2, I produce 6. So on that end, he had a level of my respect. But then I remember hearing him say something in 2017 after Trump got elected. And this is how indicative to how a lot of you black men think. Y'all are cheerleaders. He mentioned how black men were winning. We were winning because Trump was getting ready to check black women, strip them of their benefits and whatever privileges they thought they had in society. We're winning! So you're cheering that the white man can take your woman in broad daylight, in public, in front of your face, take her behind the woodshed with him, take her pants down and discipline her in front of your black ass. Something that you have never been able to do for quite some time, Negro. And instead of you viewing that as problematic, and it's one thing if you don't have the power to stop that shit or to check it at that point in time. Okay, you were given a disenfranchised situation. This is what you got to work with. Fuck it. It's going to take some time before we can get this together. No, you would figure the Negro would sit down and say, let me try to figure this out and see how this never would happen again. But what the Negro does is the Negro sits there and he cheerleads. That's what that was. When Obsidian said that, he was cheerleading Donald Trump, literally taking black women in broad daylight, in public, in front of the faces of black men, behind the woodshed, taking their pants down and disciplining them. I'm going to do something that you niggas have failed to do, that you can't do. By the way, it's my policies that ensure that you niggas can't do it, but we're going to leave it to the side. And to have black men sitting back, co-signing, and cheerleading that stupid shit only furthermore highlights my point that black men lack the understanding of optics, or how, number one, how bad that makes us look. Furthermore, it lets me know that you have no analytical skills. And then we wonder why we can see images or novels written talking about I kneel to him because I choose to. And this is a black woman talking about why she decides to put a dog collar chain around her fucking neck and put on a negligee and get on her knees on all fours in front of a white man that's standing up in front of her holding that door collar chain. What does that symbolize to you, Negro? What does that say? What does that say? So when you Negroes are under the impression, oh man, he checking him, he doing something he supposed to do a long time ago. I'm tired of these black women and what they do. Okay, I will agree. Their attitude is fucked up. I will agree. Many of them work to your own detriment. I will agree. But the one thing I'm not going to co-sign is somebody else stepping in and checking a black woman in front of my face who's non-black. Fuck that shit. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go get out there and come cape for you and save you. No, depending on who you are, hey, it is what it is. But I'm not going to co-sign that shit. Just like with the Veganator, when his ass got into that shit with Crystal and Carson. You ain't hear me co-sign that motherfucker. Because at the end of the goddamn day, I know what time it is. I have analytical skills. I understand optics. I understand that that is not a good look. And what was the position that Crystal and Carson tried to play off of once that happened? She attempted to nail black men who were backing this guy. In certain cases, who she was saying was donated to this guy. I don't know how true that was or not. And whether it was true or not, just the fact of how the overwhelming support that he received from black men is what would now legitimize that position that she made. Once again, many of you black men do not have proper analytical skills. You lack the understanding of optics, and this is why you don't see nothing wrong with saying, well, we're winning because Trump is checking black women. Negro, that is your job, not his. It is your job to get your community in order, not the white man's, not somebody else, not a president, not nobody else. That is your job. That is your job. So when you hear Negroes sitting around talking like this, you know good and damn well you are dealing with a group of failed ass Negroes. These are Negroes I want nothing to do with. Nothing. When you were listening to Negroes that say we ain't got to build nothing for black society, these are Negroes you should want nothing to do with. Leave them the fuck alone, because these would be the same washed up niggas running around talking about, you need to respect your elders. I'm trying to talk to you, son. Nigga, if you don't get your old ass the fuck away from me talking that son shit, you might be on the receiving end of a size 13 booty ass. So you better get the hell on out of here with that bullshit, man. But this is what we're dealing with. And just back to that point that I made about Obsidian, him co-signing Trump and cheerleading him on for checking black women. You see, when you sit up and you do that, even if she don't like if she's being raped, she's being abused, she's being beaten up, she's being disciplined right in front of your face, what's going to end up happening is Stockholm Syndrome. So now when there's a choice to be made, okay, black woman, you got a chance to go ahead and deal with this black man over here, or get on your knees and service this white man. Guess what? At the end of the goddamn day, if she has a choice to be made of whose dick she's put in her mouth, it ain't going to be yours. She gonna choose that same man that will put his foot up her ass at will before she would choose to deal with your black ass. See, this is the danger that you Negroes set when y'all sit up here and y'all use these talk about, we ain't do nothing, because this is why you Negroes are so easily disenfranchised. And like I said, if you Negroes had good analytical skills, you would have seen this a long time ago. You would know this. You would know how easy it is, no matter how much resources you can acquire, how easily it could be stripped away from you. You would know this. And once you understand this, you realize, okay, acquiring the resources is not the only thing. There has to be more acquired, okay? The Black Wall Street would have stood had these Negroes had the means to protect the Black Wall Street. I'm gonna tell you black men something. What's gonna bring peace and tranquility into your life is when you have the means to keep bullshit at bay. And how do you do that? Is by your means to fend off bullshit, to fight it off. A lot of you Negroes got things fucked up. You think you're gonna just go to a voting booth and vote for some presidential candidate, and that somehow is gonna solve your problems. It has never worked for you. You've been doing this shit for years. It has never worked for you. As a matter of fact, when you look at black Republicans and black Democrats, they are two sides of the same fucking coin. Because y'all typically don't go in there talking about a black agenda. Y'all run around talking about everyone else's agenda and how you got to do for their community except yours. This is what it is. You Negroes, I don't know what else I can say to you at this point in time, but many of you, you lack the understanding of optics. You lack the understanding of how the world works. You have no analytical skills. This is why y'all can get online and say some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen you niggas say in my entire fucking life. And I know good and damn well what has to be done to solve this problem. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But my message is for the younger group of black men. Now, for those black women who actually, or the younger group who actually are following my message, then that goes for you too. But what I'm gonna tell y'all this much right now, when it comes down to who you follow, if you are dealing with a Negro who doesn't have a strategy or a winning strategy, that is not somebody that you follow. If you are dealing with somebody who has a failed track record time and time again, like these fake ass civil rights leaders, these weak ass black pastors who don't lead to a favorable outcome, then that is somebody that you simply do not follow. It's just that simple. It should not take you 1,000,001 times to keep hitting the same wall and expecting a different result while receiving the same failed result. That's the definition of insanity. When you come across these Negroes that tell you, well, why should we have to do anything for the younger group? Those are Negroes you need to keep as far away from you as possible. I want nothing to do with a black man who thinks like that. Get the fuck away from me. And just as another example before I close out this video, because the reason why I'm saying this, I meant to make this example and I got sidetracked, and so I'm glad I didn't close the video out yet. The reason why I say I can understand why black women would rather deal with the Pookies and Ray Rays before they deal with a lot of you educated lames is this right here. The Pookies and Ray Rays, and let's just take the drug dealers and the gangbangers for a second. Typically, what they offer for other black men who think like that and want to get involved with that lifestyle, we offer you some kind of protection. We got your back, you got a community here, you got a family. Now, we can critique this any way we want to. I'm not knocking somebody's critique of that lifestyle, nor am I condoning the lifestyle. Let me shut this engine back off. But what I'm saying is, in these groups, there's typically some kind of benefit of protection. That if you get involved with us, you got the group. The whole group is going to be down for you. No other gang is going to run up in here and fuck with you, because we going to have your back. If you in trouble, you throw out them signs and we all going to be swarming the block like nothing. That's how that works. They know they got some form of protection, which is what a group of men, a species of men is supposed to do. You link up with other like-minded men and you establish some type of protection that keeps you safe. That is the only thing that I'm honing in on when it comes down to the Pookies and Ray Rays. Now, versus you educated lames. Far too many. Time and time again, you Negroes will find yourself in a sea of white people being the only Negro there and don't see that as a goddamn problem. As a matter of fact, if another black person tries to get in there with you, you feel threatened. You want to be the token Negro. So you don't care to establish anything with other like-minded black men. What I'm telling you, educated lames, and what makes you lame is not your education. Once again, I've stated this months ago in a video. What makes you lame is not you being socially awkward to a degree might not necessarily classify you as a fucking lame. What makes you lame is you feel no obligation to build your predecessor, to get other like-minded educated lames. Let's establish a foundation for people who think like us. Because behind you doing that, what you would at least do, you now give younger black men growing up a choice. You can either go down the gangbanger lifestyle, or you can join us, and this is what we have over here to protect you. That's how you're supposed to function, Negro. But for whatever reason, the Negro does not function like this. The Negro wants to be isolated on an island by himself. Ask how that worked out for Bill Cosby. Ask how that worked out for Michael Jackson. A host of Negro. I mean, come on. I can name the list day in and day. Ask how that's working out for Robert F. Smith. Because once again, you Negroes don't feel no obligation to doing nothing for one another. And this is what makes the educated lame a fucking lame. He doesn't care to build with other educated black men and say, okay, this is our foundation. This is exclusively for us. We're not letting other groups of people in here. This is for us. Y'all got y'all shit over there. This is our shit over here. This is how we're going to maintain not only power, but behind having power, we maintain respect. Meaning, we can't be so easily picked off now. Why? Because we got power. And not only that, we got the means to protect what's ours. So if you join us over here on the educated lame, and I don't want to use that term for this class, if black men actually thought like this, you're not a lame. You're educated. You're an educated brother or an educated black male society. Educated lanes are those who do not care to establish nothing else for other like-minded black people. But they want to condemn black men condemn black male behavior, which is only a slight against your black ass. Because people ain't going to view you as a separate category when they come looking for your ass. That's just not going to happen. Suited and booted means absolutely nothing. Back in the 1960s, when they were fighting for civil rights, them Negroes are suited and booted getting attacked by fucking German shepherds and sprayed with high-pressure water hoses. Suited and booted Negroes. He weren't Pookies and Ray Rays. So what does that tell you? But see, since a lot of you black men fail to be able to think and understand what you're dealing with, you don't see these things as a goddamn problem. You have no problem, once again, being the only black man in a sea of white people. And you're comfortable with that. Just like the Negro who got killed in Greece back in 2017. You look at his Facebook page, the only Negro in a sea of white people, and could not see what was so problematic behind that. Because a lot of you Negroes are under the impression that you're going to find salvation and refuge within other groups of people. And time again, it is proven that is not going to work out to your advantage. An expiration date. It's up to you on whether you choose to acknowledge this or not. But like I said, I'm going to be producing the Power series, and this is going to be the first installment into my Power series. And this is all I'm going to be talking about because I stand pro on. It's not pro-blackness, it's pro-black empowerment. And with that being said, that's all I got to say in this video. And I'll catch you on the flip side.
Cancer is caused by food.
Really?
70%.
70% of cancer is caused.
It's been a little while since I've last produced a video. And the last video that I produced was building with one another. They just didn't have every piece of the puzzle together. If they had all the pieces of the puzzle together, the Black Wall Street might still have survived. But you niggas to this day and age right now, no, y'all don't care to build with other black men. So when I sit back and I listen to a goofy ass Kevin Samuel sitting in a fucking YouTube video, I ain't got to build with y'all, why we got to do anything with y'all? But the only thing you want to be able to do is lecture fucking black women and stick your finger in their fucking faces, which at any given time, if you marry one of these females, or if you, not just black women, any fucking woman, you get into a relationship, you have a sexual relationship with one of these goddamn females, they, at any given time, they can lump you up with rape allegations, and before you know it, your black ass is going to jail. How high value are you then? You realize you just like every other fucking nigga. Just like Bill Cosby found out the hard way, sitting his black ass in prison right now. You're just like anybody else. As quickly as they can strip my black ass of whatever it is that I have and lock my ass up is the same way they can do to you. Why is that? Why? I'll tell you why. It's because of people with the Kevin Samuels mindset, who don't think that they need to link up with other like-minded black men and form an establishment with themselves. They don't think they got to do that. They want to be lone wolves. And a lot of you Negroes, let me go ahead and make this perfectly clear. Let me make this perfectly clear. And what I'm about to say is going to piss a lot of y'all off, because I'm actually going to co-sign the talking points of a Cynthia G. And I hate that I even have to do that, but at this point in time, it's true. And if this is what it takes to kick you Negroes in the ass and get y'all to do what the fuck y'all supposed to do instead of what y'all been doing, which has never worked, then so be it. But the fact of the matter is this. I understand now why you have a segment of black women who would rather fuck with the Pookie and Ray Ray before they fuck with you educated lames. I understand why. I understand why. It makes more sense to me now more than ever. Reason being, it's pretty goddamn simple. As a group of men, and this goes to you educated lames, as a group of men, of black men, you are supposed to establish a foundation for other like-minded black men. I'm not telling you to go out here and build for Pookie and Ray Ray, but establish something for other like-minded black men. I'm not telling you to go out here and build for black women who don't want you. I'm not saying that. But what you need to do is establish something for other like-minded, let me crack these windows open in this car, it's getting kind of hot. For other like-minded black men. You need to be looking for your protege. This is what Bill Cosby failed to do, and what a host of other black men have failed to do. Robert F. Smith being another one of them. You don't believe me? Robert F. Smith, a lot of you Negroes went ahead and praised his black ass. Oh man, you black women can't say nothing about us. Look at him, he's the richest black person in the country. Okay, I can respect him on his educational level. I can respect him for building a foundation for himself, but when you look at his Vista equities, if I'm not mistaken, there's no black partners involved with that company. They're all white. Furthermore, this man is married to a white woman. Furthermore, I told you the game that these Negroes run on y'all, because they want to buy your silence. They do absolutely nothing of any tangible resources for you, but they put a couple of you black men through college. Now, listen, that's commendable, but that's a fucking tax write-off at a bare minimum. At a bare minimum. Because you got plenty of black people who are in college. I mean, if getting educated is what would solve the problems in black society, then listen, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Then black women should have been the main fucking gateway to closing the wealth gap if getting college education was the answer. That's not. It doesn't build wealth. It doesn't establish resources, but yet and still black women are the most enrolled in college, but yet they're worth of a net worth of $5 fucking. Makes sense out of that for me. This is where they stand. But yet you're going to tell me that fucking college education, no. See, once again, that is a bare minimum. And what he has done was buy your silence. Robert S. Smith, if you want to impress me, establish a coalition of other black men. You own a fucking company, a tech company. Show me that the face of your company and who runs that company are other black men, because this is what white men do all the goddamn time. They have no problem. They make no apologies, ifs, ands, or buts about it. They own a company. They let it be known, listen, we are the owners of this fucking company. When you see all white asses coming up in here with suits and ties on and polished shoes, hair slicked up and combed back to the side, and we walking around here, the most you hear is the clack of our shoes, fresh soles on the shoes, clean, hitting the damn floor. You know that this is our company. It's a bunch of white men running this shit. So since they can do this and they got no problem displaying this, at what point in time do you black men say the same thing? How does it look for you black men to own a tech company and yet instead of putting other black men as your beneficiaries, as the ones who run this, a bunch of bald-headed Negroes suited and booted with fresh ties on and polished shoes? If you gonna put a suit and tie on for any fucking reason, that's the reason why you should put a goddamn suit and tie. Not to impress no fucking bitch. You see, you niggas got y'all fucking priorities all fucked up. So y'all running around here sitting in a goofy ass video putting on suits and ties thinking that makes you high value. No, you a goddamn clown. That's what the fuck y'all are. And when I sit back and I look at you niggas doing the shit y'all do, it lets me know you don't understand how power works. This is why you can look at a Robert F. Smith and give his black ass a pass. That is a Negro that I have no fucking respect for. But he put black men through college, right? That's a bare minimum. What have you done to establish resources for black society? But damn that, what have you done to create your protege? I want my company to be ran by people like me. Even if something happens to me and I can't run it, at least it'll stay in the hands of black men. This Negro hasn't done that. Most of you Negroes are so fucking stupid, y'all can't even look past the fact that he's got a white wife. And don't even see the fucking chess move that's been played on his black ass. I mean, y'all so damn dumb. Like I told y'all before, y'all have no analytical skills. This is why y'all look at that shit. Oh, man, he doing something for us. You see, this prove the swirl is wrong. You see all the Cynthia G's and all these women that say what they say. How do you can't say that about us? Look, we got Robert F. Smith. That's a fucking bullshit fucking excuse. A weak-ass example. Because he's not doing anything collectively for black society to put black men in positions of power. He's not. He would rather give that position to white men, furthermore empowering their position in society, which is an embarrassment on you Negroes. That's where that shit really stands. And for that much, for those of you Negroes who applaud that dumb shit and think he's really getting something done because he has all the fucking money and he's the richest black man in the country and he's untouchable, guess what? He's currently under tax evasion. IRS is considering locking his black ass up. Chances are they probably will, because we know they love making examples out of wealthy black men. Don't believe me? I give you no better example than Bill Cosby. And if that wasn't an eye-opener to you Negroes, let me just turn the fucking car on and get the AC going. It is hot as hell in here. If that right there is not an example to you Negroes, I don't know what else I can say that will make heads or tails out of this shit for your black ass. I don't know what else. No, we're not going to have the heated seat on nor the heated steering wheel. It's funny because I'm sitting in my car right now and the outside temperature is reading at 34 degrees, which I don't think it is right now because the sun is beaming. But once the temperature drops below 39 degrees, the automatic heated steering wheel and seat comes on. And I turned the car on for the sole purpose of getting some air conditioning or some fresh air, and I got heat coming out of the heated seat. But anyhow, like I told y'all, he is currently under tax evasion. Now, of course, he has the money to pay off his taxes, or at least at the bare minimum, come up with a payment plan. But we know that's not how the IRS operates. They are eager to throw wealthy black men in prison. This happened to Wesley Snipes, about 10 years ago or more. Even though people came through saying, hey, we're willing to pay off the money for him, they said, fuck that, now we don't want his money, lock his black ass up. If you Negroes are not picking up on the signs and how easy it is for you to be stripped of your wealth and resources, I don't know what else I can tell you. And for a lot of y'all that fuck with people like Kevin Samuels who don't see the problem for what it really lies, we ain't got to build nothing for black men, we ain't got to do no. You build because it protects you in the long run. That's why. That's why. But see, we've had a host of shucking and jiving, stepping fetching Negroes who think they're of high value, hold no power, they don't own nothing, they don't run nothing, and they damn sure don't control nothing, but they goofy ass think they can put on a suit and fucking tie, and all of a sudden they sitting up here talking down to black women. Oh, you some high value men, what you gonna do to get with us? Not a goddamn thing. You niggas is fucking cornballs. Bunch of goofy motherfuckers. You have no power over nothing. At any given time, somebody can strip you of your fucking resources, you dumb motherfuckers. At any given time, somebody can marginalize your black ass. But you Negroes are running around here thinking y'all high value. I mean, I've never seen a group of people so stupid in all my goddamn life. And this shit is embarrassing at this point in time that you have a group of men, no matter how many fucking examples play out in front of their fucking face, they can't see it for what it is. Let me tell you niggas something right now. Let me tell y'all something. I stated years ago that I am not a pro-black, nor will I ever be. And I stand behind that. I know the lane and the lot that I occupy. But if anybody would have asked, are you pro anything? What I would tell you is I am pro-black empowerment. I am 100% pro-black empowerment. Real tangibles. When I say black empowerment, I'm talking about to the point where you're not governed by somebody else's society. You govern and control your own fucking society. Nobody can come into your society and tell you how to run shit anymore. Get the hell out of here. You don't get no fucking say so. Why? This is our shit. So when you understand my mind frame and understand that that's what I ultimately want, and that's why I would back Ice Cube, I would defend him any day over these other washed up Negroes who will sell out an entire group of people so they can have some goodies and gifts for themselves. I mean, listen, then you understand where I'm coming from when I'm sitting here going in on a clown like Kevin Samuels, classifying himself as a high value. None of you niggas is high value. None of you. Until you have the ability to stop white society from marginalizing you anytime they feel fit, you're not of high value. Ask Nick Cannon. The minute he said something about the Jewish community, they spanked his ass. That's exactly what happened. They put him out there on display. Get out there and start touting our culture and our religion and how great it is. And that's what he did. He went on fucking Twitter cheerleading like a little bitch. That's some hoe ass shit. That's what a pimp does to a fucking prostitute. This is the relationship you Negroes have, and I guarantee you Nick Cannon is one of the Negroes. I'm a high value man, okay, but you can be pimped out at any given time. You can be put out on a fucking strip to go make money at any given time because you such high value. No, high value is when you have full control over your shit and you can say whatever the fuck you want and say, yeah, I said that shit. The fuck you gonna do about it? That's what I thought, not a goddamn thing. You want to know who can classify themselves as a high value man regardless of what you think of his position? Kim Jong-un, the dictator of North Korea. He can classify himself as a high value man because what was it? The United States tried to get him to stop doing his nuclear program. He's still doing it. Guess what? Don't launch any more nuke. Don't do any more tests. Fuck that. I'm gonna do a test, and what the fuck you gonna do about it? I'm gonna launch a nuke and do a detonation just because I can. The fuck you gonna do about it? And we seen what the response was. Not a goddamn thing. So before you goofy ass niggas run around sitting here talking about being of high value because your silly ass can put on a goddamn suit and tie and then make a whole bunch of unrealistic goofy ass demand. You gotta be 5'4" and 119 pounds with a waist of this size and a cup size of man, shut the fuck up. You niggas sound fucking silly. Your focus is on everything else rather than black empowerment. And y'all sit here and y'all wonder why any other group of men can come ahead and usurp your stupid ass. And let me tell you a problem that I got with Obsidian also. And I've mentioned this a while ago, a couple of years ago. And I mentioned at one point in time I was actually subscribed to him. I never had any dialogue with him, but I was subscribed to him and he had a level of respect from me. The reason being for that, because back in 2017, we know a list of these black women went ahead on a flagging spree trying to flag down every black man's channel. They mainly targeted Obsidian. Was it Sophia A. Nelson was talking about, you keep talking about me, you're going to have the men in black showing up to your house, the FBI, the CIA, all of these other people are going to show up and they're going to come deal with you. You're going to get some paper served. This is what she was saying. Despite the fact that this is an attorney, she's using big lawyer language, talking in big terms, the man still continue. I'm going to keep making content. Okay, you flag down one of my channels, I make 2 more in return. You flag down 2, I produce 6. So on that end, he had a level of my respect. But then I remember hearing him say something in 2017 after Trump got elected. And this is how indicative to how a lot of you black men think. Y'all are cheerleaders. He mentioned how black men were winning. We were winning because Trump was getting ready to check black women, strip them of their benefits and whatever privileges they thought they had in society. We're winning! So you're cheering that the white man can take your woman in broad daylight, in public, in front of your face, take her behind the woodshed with him, take her pants down and discipline her in front of your black ass. Something that you have never been able to do for quite some time, Negro. And instead of you viewing that as problematic, and it's one thing if you don't have the power to stop that shit or to check it at that point in time. Okay, you were given a disenfranchised situation. This is what you got to work with. Fuck it. It's going to take some time before we can get this together. No, you would figure the Negro would sit down and say, let me try to figure this out and see how this never would happen again. But what the Negro does is the Negro sits there and he cheerleads. That's what that was. When Obsidian said that, he was cheerleading Donald Trump, literally taking black women in broad daylight, in public, in front of the faces of black men, behind the woodshed, taking their pants down and disciplining them. I'm going to do something that you niggas have failed to do, that you can't do. By the way, it's my policies that ensure that you niggas can't do it, but we're going to leave it to the side. And to have black men sitting back, co-signing and cheerleading that stupid shit only furthermore highlights my point that black men lack the understanding of optics, or how, number one, how bad that makes us look. Furthermore, it lets me know that you have no analytical skills. And then we wonder why we can see images or novels written talking about I kneel to him because I choose to. And this is a black woman talking about why she decides to put a dog collar chain around her fucking neck and put on a negligee and get on her knees on all fours in front of a white man that's standing up in front of her holding that dog collar chain. What does that symbolize to you, Negro? What does that say? What does that say? So when you Negroes are under the impression, oh man, he checking him, he doing something he supposed to do a long time ago. I'm tired of these black women and what they do. Okay, I will agree. Their attitude is fucked up. I will agree. Many of them work to your own detriment. I will agree. But the one thing I'm not going to co-sign is somebody else stepping in and checking a black woman in front of my face who's non-black. Fuck that shit. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go get out there and come cape for you and save you. No, depending on who you are, hey, it is what it is. But I'm not going to co-sign that shit. Just like with the Veganator, when his ass got into that shit with Crystal and Carson. You ain't hear me co-sign that motherfucker. Because at the end of the goddamn day, I know what time it is. I have analytical skills. I understand optics. I understand that that is not a good look. And what was the position that Crystal and Karazin tried to play off of once that happened? She attempted to nail black men who were backing this guy. In certain cases, who she was saying was donating to this guy. I don't know how true that was or not. And whether it was true or not, just the fact that how the overwhelming support that he received from black men is what would now legitimize that position that she made. Once again, many of you black men do not have proper analytical skills. You lack the understanding of optics, and this is why you don't see nothing wrong with saying, well, we're winning because Trump is checking black women. Negro, that is your job, not his. It is your job to get your community in order, not the white man's, not somebody else, not a president, not nobody else. That is your job. That is your job. So when you hear Negroes sitting around talking like this, you know good and damn well you are dealing with a group of failed ass Negroes. These are Negroes I want nothing to do with. Nothing. When you were listening to Negroes that say we ain't got to build nothing for black society, these are Negroes you should want nothing to do with. Leave them the fuck alone, because these would be the same washed up niggas running around talking about, you need to respect your elders. Listen, I'm trying to talk to you, son. Nigga, if you don't get your old ass the fuck away from me talking that son shit, you might be on the receiving end of a size 13 boot up your ass. So you better get the hell on out of here with that bullshit, man. But this is what we're dealing with. And just back to that point that I made about Obsidian, him co-signing Trump and cheerleading him on for checking black women. You see, when you sit up and you do that, even if she don't like if she's being raped, she's being abused, she's being beaten up, she's being disciplined right in front of your face, what's going to end up happening is Stockholm Syndrome. So now when there's a choice to be made, okay, black woman, you got a chance to go ahead and deal with this black man over here, or get on your knees and service this white man. Guess what? At the end of the goddamn day, if she has a choice to be made of whose dick she's putting in her mouth, it ain't going to be yours. She gonna choose that same man that will put his foot up her ass at will before she would choose to deal with your black ass. See, this is the danger that you Negroes set when y'all sit up here and y'all use these talk about, we ain't do nothing, we ain't step up. Because this is why you Negroes are so easily disenfranchised. And like I said, if you Negroes had good analytical skills, you would have seen this a long time ago. You would know this. You would know how easy it is, no matter how much resources you can acquire, how easily it could be stripped away from you. You would know this. And once you understand this, you realize, okay, acquiring the resources is not the only thing. There has to be more acquired, okay? The Black Wall Street would have stood had these Negroes had the means to protect the Black Wall Street. I'm going to tell you black men something. What's going to bring peace and tranquility into your life is when you have the means to keep bullshit at bay. And how do you do that? Is by your means to fend off bullshit, to fight it off. A lot of you Negroes got things fucked up. You think you're going to just go to a voting booth and vote for some presidential candidate, and that somehow is going to solve your problems. It has never worked for you. You've been doing this shit for years. It has never worked for you. As a matter of fact, when you look at black Republicans and black Democrats, they are two sides of the same fucking coin. Because y'all typically don't go in there talking about a black agenda. Y'all run around talking about everyone else's agenda and how you got to do for their community except yours. This is what it is. You Negroes, I don't know what else I can say to you at this point in time, but many of you lack the understanding of optics. You lack the understanding of how the world works. You have no analytical skills. This is why y'all can get online and say some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen you niggas say in my entire fucking life. And I know good and damn well what has to be done to solve this problem. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But my message is for the younger group of black men. Now, for those black women who actually, or the younger group who actually are following my message, then that goes for you too. But what I'm going to tell y'all this much right now. When it comes down to who you follow, if you are dealing with a Negro who doesn't have a strategy,
I would love to have
that is not somebody that you follow.
Those conversations. If they say, hey, you know what, you seem like you kind of positive, you know, come on, let's have a conversation or whatever case be. But I'm no longer in the business of saying, since you have a bigger platform, you need to be more balanced. Yeah. I'm gonna let you do you, and I'm going to do me on my, even if it's 50 people looking at my shit, right? 50 subscribers. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Because I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do what I can do. So I'm really not, to me, not for the fuckery and the foolery. I'm really just about just trying to send a positive message. And anybody that's in a position or have a platform that want to do that, then cool. If you don't, then hey, salute and God bless to you.
Yeah. Let me say thank you to Faith, all right, aka Temerity Untamed for the Cash App, and also Kevin Kelly. Appreciate the Cash App, man. But look, see the point you made about, you know, stepping to Michael Jordan or Kobe or LeBron and trying to tell them to switch up their jump shot or try to switch up their game when it's working for them. I can't say that for niggas like Thomas Sotomayor because, yes, Thomas Sotomayor is getting money and he's got notoriety. He's got fame because of the shit, right? But what did people learn from this, dog? Like, what are people learning to where folks going to apply this shit 5 and 10 years from now? Like, other than for shits and giggles, what are you learning? See, you can learn from a Kobe jump shot. A young high school boy can learn from Kobe and LeBron jump shot, from Jordan's jump shot, or their defense, or their whatever it is that they do on the court that helps the team to win, right? Them being the difference maker, them closing out games and shit. When they down 10, they know how to close it and win the game, right? So you learn from that. So folks are winning based on winning the basketball game. You learn it from those greats. What the fuck are niggas learning from a Thomas Sotomayor, right?
I think
Go ahead.
It's the same. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I think it's the same thing that JV said, though, bro. Like, you know, everybody has a lane. You know what I'm saying? If you found your lane, you're running your lane. If our lanes don't, you know, if our lanes ain't, if we on the same highway, but you on your lane, I'm in my lane, and we trying to get to the same end state. The end state is, at the end of the day, if you're a man or you're a woman, you're trying to take care of you and yours. Even if you're single, you're trying to handle your own responsibilities, your own obligations. Yeah. So me, who thinking one way in my lane, it's not for me to tell somebody that's driving in their own shit, hey, you need to motherfucking pay attention. The shit that's in my lane, the signs or the motherfucking speed bumps that's in my way may not be in their way. So it might be smooth sailing for them. They might not have to worry about, or they're not as concerned about what I'm concerned about because those speed bumps have not hit them yet. They smooth traveling. Hey, I'm making money. I'm giving the content people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about what you're worrying about right now. I could be worried about police brutality, and that shit is right here in my face. I'm worried about that, but they're not worried about police brutality. They could be worried about goddamn systematic racism. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different lane. So I let people run in their lane. You know what I'm saying? And respect to them. And I'm hopefully one day we get off on the same exit.
No, so you're saying it's really like a every man for themselves type situation, right?
I believe that I can't knock you for how you support your family.
Okay, all right. I can agree with that.
So if you out there and you selling drugs or whatever, the only thing I can do as a man that sees it, as a young brother or older brother, is say, one, I need to give you, if I can't give you an alternative, then it's hard for me to give you advice. If this is what I'm using to feed my family, how can I change some shit up? You got to give me a better direction, a different way to make money.
So let me ask you this, though. All right. The fact that you can't say anything about your next door neighbor, all right, who sell dope. And now you know what comes with selling dope. that you don't really know his business transactions, his business doing practices with other people, to where you got kids. You got kids, man? You got kids?
Yeah.
All right, then. Your kids outside, like our kids be outside, right? Playing basketball in the middle of the street, playing football, right? Just really outside, just chilling. And now this is based on your neighbor who sell dope, and he probably fucked somebody out of some dope or some money, and people come around and want to shoot the whole goddamn block up, and your kids outside. Now, do you have anything to say about him selling dope at that point, when you knowing that selling dope?
Dude, you a slick motherfucker, boy.
I'm not trying to be slick, though. I'm trying to be real.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you how you slick. Because here's the thing: what you're saying is, if I don't say anything, what happens when it starts affecting me in my lane, in my people, in my household? And I totally agree. And that's where I come in and I say, you try to implement some type of change. You try to reach out to people. You try to say, hey, listen, you know, I believe that this would be a better way, or this would be something that I would like or like to see that you do, et cetera, et cetera. The only thing you could do is try, but don't expend all your energy. Don't expend all your time. You know what I'm saying? Don't go back and forth or whatever. And I think that we get into this back and forth thing when really it's a conversation amongst men. It's a conversation amongst women. If you want to see better, you're going to do better. And I think at the end of the day, people know what better is. You know, people know what better is. But I think it's what you guys have said. Hey, in this portion of YouTube, fuckery sells. Like right now, I haven't said anything bad about any YouTuber or whatever case may be. But somebody say, oh, well, he just said X, Y, and Z and make up some shit, and nobody will come and actually listen to the dialogue that we just said.
Yeah. But I'm still, hold up. I hear what you're saying, but listen what I'm saying to you, though. When it comes down to, hold on one second. When it comes down to this dope dealer, I feel what you're saying. Now, hear me on this one.
I'm listening, bro.
If your kid were to get shot, and I forbid that, God forbid that ever happen to anybody's kid, but because you mind your business of this dope dealer selling dope right next to you and got people coming in and out of the goddamn house, buying crack, buying coke, whatever the fuck, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you what I mean, because I seen this one, my homeboy was selling coke, right, at one point, and he would tell me that when he would run out, them damn coke heads will fucking lose their shit, bro. Like, the niggas start having fits right there in front of him, man.
No doubt.
So I'm like, okay, well, what happens now when this nigga who's selling dope to feed his family run out of that dope, and he got them people, them fiends coming around, and they want that dope? We ain't just talking about bad business practices, you know, bad deals. We talking about motherfuckers don't want, you know, want that dope and you ain't got the shit, and he start losing his shit with your kids outside. You understand me? Now I'm telling you, this is not no you feeding your family type of situation. Now, like, bro, like, nigga, you got people coming around my family willing to kill you and willing to kill and shoot everybody on my goddamn block because of you staying in your goddamn lane per se, right? And me not saying anything about it because it's your lane, but my kids going outside every day, playing it every day, and you got fiends and shit running up in this motherfucker want to do harm to anybody around here. See, that's the issue. So I'm equating that to like a Tommy Sotomayor or anybody who got these big platforms and they don't use it for positive shit or balance, as you say, right? As balance. I'm like, okay, well, you're doing a disservice because now you are the reason why this gender war is continuing to go. Because now you the big dog in the situation, right? You got these other little niggas who want to be like you. They want to come in, this red pill raid, this manosphere shit. They want to come in and really have these same talking points as Tommy Sotomayor, right? And they keeping the shit going to where they know deep down in their heart they didn't get these guys don't ever have to even talk about black female fuckery or BT 1100s, BT 1000s, or what black women wear, weave and all that kind of shit. You getting that shit from Tommy Sotomayor because nigga at one point, nigga, you was fucking the women with the weave in their head. You was fucking with BTs like that. What made you change all of a sudden now to where you just can't leave that shit alone? You can just leave that woman alone though, but for you to do commentary on it because